Today we're taking a look over some of the best moments on the Nice Guys subreddit, and this compilation is going to be over 3 hours long, so I hope you're ready for this, guys. So with that being said, sit back and relax and grab some popcorn, because it's about to get terrifying. Enjoy, guys. Oh, they're kissing my hand. What a gentle woman. Let me get the door. Also, I'll pay for dinner. So, your place or mine? Oh, I don't really think I'm ready for that. What? After all I did for you? Biatch. Yeah, like a super extreme nice girl. And it does show how ridiculous it is if the roles are reversed. But there are people like this. Like, what? After everything I've done for you? Nice guys and nice girls are both horrifying. Am I the a-hole for going on a nice guy rant at my niece? So, here goes. I, 35 male, am currently looking after my niece, 16 female, only for the summer while her parents are out of the country for work. I've been single most of my life, never really got the whole dating thing down. I've had my struggles, but that's neither here nor there. Here's the issue. My niece, let's call her Kay, is attractive and popular at her high school, and she's been dating football players since she started dating. Now, being single and somewhat jaded, I've noticed a lot of these jock types tend to not treat their girlfriends well. They have a reputation for being arrogant and self-centered. I'm sort of concerned about Kay, so I decided to talk to her about it. The other night, after overhearing yet another phone conversation where Kay's current boyfriend seemed dismissive and rude, I sat her down for a talk. I told her that she's worth more than these athletes give her credit for, and that she should consider dating someone who genuinely value her for more than her looks. I suggested that she might want to consider dating a nice guy for a change, someone who would truly appreciate and respect her. This is where it got heated. Kay got defensive and said I was being judgmental and didn't understand her relationships. I may have let my frustrations get the better of me, and I went on a bit of a rant, saying things like, these jocks only care about themselves and their egos, and nice guys like me never get a chance. Yeah, I feel like this isn't real. I also may have implied that her choices reflected badly on her. In hindsight, I can see how I came off as bitter and envious. Kay stormed off, and now she won't talk to me, saying that I was being an a-hole for generalizing her boyfriends and for not respecting her choices. I didn't mean to upset her, I was just concerned for her well-being. Her parents have also called me and said that they've heard the situation from Kay and they're not pleased. I'm really torn about this. Am I the a-hole here? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this one isn't real, is it? It sounds like it was written by somebody who isn't a nice guy, talking about a nice guy. Nice guy, open the door for my lady. Woman, pass through the door without, you know, wanting the nice guy's ding-dong. Nice guy, what? This doesn't make any sense. I showed you common courtesy. Why aren't you immediately all over me about me? If girls on here gave me a chance, it'd be so worth it. But unfortunately, people's expectations are too high, and they're looking to play games and lying about what they want and dry text. And I'm not like most guys. I'm also looking for a long-term relationship. I'm not interested in hookups. I'm interested in something real. Yeah, but you're already blaming women for this. Like, I know we've talked about this so many different times, but aggressive dating profiles are such a bad look. It's your first impression on people. You don't need to be angry at them. Yeah, I know we don't know each other, but I already don't like you. And I want you to know that, and I want you to know that I'm super angry already. Because, you know, that's attractive, isn't it? But also, just such a bad attitude. Like, hey there, women, I feel like you're the cause of all my problems. But with that being said, you should date me. I, 19 male, work a full-time job in the tech industry. My role is 100% remote, so I rarely have a reason to go outside. However, after recording data on my personal life, I concluded that my social life was in poor state. As a result, I decided to pursue hobbies that would allow me to befriend people my age and meet women. One such hobby led me to connect with a group of physically active young adults. I was instantly taken by a woman, 22 female, in the group. She's slim with a small waist and perfectly round breasts. The cherry on top is her face. Her sense of humor is rather childish, but I was still fascinated. One morning, 6 of us went hiking together. We decided to hold a mini competition. We'd go off into pairs and we chose 3 different routes to complete the trail. Whichever pair completed the trail first would be crowned the winner. Yeah, like the Simpsons episode. You have not been issued a map yet.
Each 2-man team will work its way through the wilderness to a cabin hidden somewhere on this mountain.
I knew the route well as I'd studied the area the night before. However, so-and-so wasn't familiar with the trail at all. I volunteered to be her guide and companion for the competition. Our only aid were physical maps. As soon as we embarked on on the journey, I decided that it would prove fruitful to seize this opportunity to get to know her. I purposely chose a long, complex detour so that we could spend more time together. Oh god, no. This is already coming out so creepy. You're gonna scare them. At the start, we had a great conversation and I found out a lot about her. However, as time went by, she grew more frustrated. She kept looking at the map and insisting that we're going the wrong way. I told her that the maps weren't accurate as they didn't account for path closures and other factors. This was not the truth. Bro, they're gonna think you're a serial killer. What are you doing? After a while, she grew more stressed and claimed that she needed the toilet. We did find a place that she could relieve herself, and this seemed to have given her some peace. After about 6 hours, the trail itself was roughly 3 hours. We started making our way back. So-and-so had already communicated with the group and began accusing me of taking unnecessary detours. I simply pointed out her desirable physical features and the impact that they have on me. I thought she would be pleased to hear these compliments, but she wasn't. She told me to stop describing her at all and that she doesn't want to hear about my biological responses. She didn't speak to me for the rest of our journey. I've since been kicked out of the group. In fact, everyone in the group has labeled me all sorts of things. So-and-so described me as a selfish, weird a-hole and asked me to stay far away from her. I suspect these feelings are temporary and born out of confusion more than anything. Am I the a-hole for attempting to nurture our connection with the landscape serving as a beautiful backdrop to what could have been? Or should I have not used this particular activity to carry out my plan? You're in the middle of nowhere with this person. Can't even imagine how scared they would have been. Like, hey, I'm in the middle of nowhere with somebody who's deliberately taking me on longer routes and they're describing what they like physically about me. Tell me that isn't horrifying. And whatever you do, if they've said to stay far away from them, stay far away from them. Literally the worst thing you could do is to not leave them alone. On a TikTok where they said, where the hell do y'all be finding these men? I don't know what the full video says. The best friends you overlook, the guys that are always there for you but you friend zoned, the church guys, the nerds, the quiet guys, the short guy. Why did they spell nerd like turd? That really threw me off. Stop choosing the guy from the bar, the guy on the bike, the guy who doesn't give a rip, the guy who never calls you unless he wants something, you know, the guys who treat you bad, the rich guy, he can get 10 of you whenever he wants. The fact that this comment has 515 likes is so gross. Guaranteed you don't even know who this person is, yet you're assuming pretty much everything they do. Like, hey random person, I'm gonna assume and tell you pretty much everything that you do, even though it's completely not accurate and they're just putting the blame onto them. So bad. That's you, right? What, you're gonna leave me on delivered? What do you want? Not to be left on delivered or seen? Why? I don't owe you anything. Cause I hate that thing. I don't care. Oh my god. If you don't want me to text you, you can say it up front. I'm not bothering you no more. I don't want you to text me. Damn, girl. There's something wrong with you. I agree. How's your schizophrenia? Yeah, okay. I don't think this is a nice guy. Just an interesting conversation to say the least. Don't go all detective. This is new for her, remember? I'm not. It's just facts. I've given her flowers, invited her to a date at so-and-so, and offered to help her with her church stuff. I've been a real gentleman and she's been cold as a stone. But no, she'd rather waste time with boys. That's not her scene. So-and-so's the one who invited her. Also, 20-something don't own the beach. Quick context, co-worker who's in her mid-30s got divorced last year, and a few guys at the office have hit on her or outright asked her out. Like this nice guy who's older than her, but she's politely turned them down. During a night out, she got invited to a day at the beach some co-workers are putting together. Then a guy who's in his 20s gave her a compliment and she had a giggling fit, and that got the nice guy ticked off. Yeah, they might not be interested, and that's completely fine. If this doesn't go any further and they don't get super angry at them, it's a really good place for this to stop and then move on. Hopefully they don't do the opposite and go, oh, you women are all the same, and get super angry and aggressive. I would do anything to go on a date like this where people valued things like kindness and they were respectful, something that's a miracle today. In reality, when a nice Jeff turns up among bad boys, the girl always can't help but go for the bad guys and have a bad marriage. Some things never change. Yeah, well, they're definitely never gonna change if you keep this attitude. If you think that somebody is an a-hole, then to you, they are gonna be an a-hole, but it doesn't mean they actually are an a-hole. That's what's so funny about nice guys. They're like, oh, women only like bad boys, but they're not. They just think they are. I want a man who honors a woman and doesn't sleep around. Someone who always listens to me and is there for me. Friend zone guy friend, like me. A rapper with 20 women walks in. Like him. This says so much more about the person posting it than it does about women. They're getting upset about a hypothetical situation. But here's the thing, the real question is, why do women fall for these toxic men? Why don't they leave them alone? I think all of you women out there know the answer to this question, because these types don't show their ugliness on the first date. They charm you and manipulate you, and then they attack when you're hooked. Let's not blame everything on women all the time. Well, it's always the woman's fault if she willingly chooses the narcissist over a guy who can love her and be good to her. The problem with today's women is that they crave attention, they crave chaos and drama, and they love uncertainty because they're always thinking whether or not the narcissist will love them when he only wants to use them, creating a vicious cycle of violence and even death. What? And what, you think that's women's fault? The second comment there where they're saying that they don't show their ugliness on the first date, that describes nice guys really well, convincing everybody that they're nice when they're really not. The only problem I have is that you know how hot you are. Next, does that make you insecure? I was just looking for a response. I've been following this beautiful woman for a while. I love her art. Ladies respond to a-holes and they leave the nice men in the dark. No offense. Oh, the world is full of crap people, lol. What do you mean? I'm drunk and angry, lol. Worst date ever. Remind me in the morning to stop dating. That would be awesome. What happened? He tried to guilt trip me for not going over to his house after our date. Told me everything I wanted to hear. Pretended to want the same things. Talked the talk, but when it came down to it, he was like, so, do you want to come over? And I was like, well, it's getting late. I work tomorrow, but I would like to see you again if you're up to it. And he was like, so that's it? Wined and dined and you won't come over? And I was like, well, this is our first date. And I said I'd like to see you again. And he was like, is that what you thought this was? I was so caught off guard. I said, you literally just called me and asked me if I'd like to go on a date. Those were your words. And he was like, you really knew what this was though? And I said, I literally thought this was a date because you asked me on one and I had a good time up until now. And he was like, so you're really not going to come over? And I was like, we talked about taking things slow and we agreed that we wanted to see where things go and see if there was potential in actually dating each other after our many talks about what we wanted. He looked me dead in the eyes and said, I did all of this because I wanted to be a decent guy. I only wanted one thing from you. Looks like I'm not gonna get it. I was so messed up after he said that. I literally turned around and walked away from him and got into my car and drove off. He called me and was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I just hung up on him and blocked him. And the other person does remind them, stop dating. It's interesting to read one of these from the other perspective, but yeah, that's so sad. Like what, taking somebody out to dinner means that they need to sleep with you? God, I was trying to be a decent guy. Yeah, like this comment says, this guy, but I said all the right things to make her think I'm a decent guy. Where's the horizontal mumbo that I'm entitled to? Yeah, like super transactional. Oh, that's my luck. A fine ass girl like you is locked down. Well, I hope this isn't offensive and I respect your relationship, but you're so freaking adorable and you know whatable. Not fair. If you respected it, you wouldn't have just said that. Okay, and I believe that if you honestly respected them, you wouldn't be on a dating app for friends. That's a bit odd, but who am I to say? I apologize. Just very much my type and you're beautiful. Hey, at least you're not an ugly goblin or something. Honestly, I just have become very blunt these days due to from times before being respectful and nice to women on these types of platforms being C-words for no reason. So I just shoot my shot. You hate me now, huh? Said we were gonna be best of friends forever, dude. How dare you, LMAO? Oh, love, man, you're still hot though. So what, because you've had some bad experiences, you're just rude now? Why? I'm 38 now and I was talking with a guy at 24 on Bumble. He said a lot of people have liked him and I asked how much. He said 48. I looked at mine, 1,081 just in a month, lol. I still don't understand why they said hit the wall. Damn it, I want to clear the dirty data. I don't think dudes understand being a woman on dating sites. 2 days in on Tinder, over 300 dudes in my DMs. It was very overwhelming. On the plus side, I was about to delete Tinder, but I got into a conversation with a really sweet dude. We ended up meeting up. I ended up deleting Tinder anyway, and I've been with my partner over a year now, and he's still the sweetest. Let me put it gently. The wall they speak of, it's a point past the point that you'll ever be able to be a fairly young mother. Commitment is nigh impossible to find. The confusion starts when you confuse getting likes and dates to your own perceived value, whereas most men care none for the things that currently validate you, and the worth you perceive is easy to overlook, whereas in your case, most likely as you're on dating sites, you're desperate for something that you're not going to find. So random men will get what they want from you and then leave you because you're not actually worth staying with. And this idea of that one lucky guy turns out to be every guy who gets what he wants from you with little to no effort. So the psychology that horizontal mumbo equals commitment doesn't work anymore, which is why you're here sharing this information, because what more could you possibly lose, right? Be that as it may, that is your own choice. As wrong as it is and as regretful as you may be, sympathy is cheap, validation is cheap, and the things that matter most to you will always be outside of your grasp, just like a nice guy. Unless he mentally matures, then he'll have a higher playing field. Not every man gets married in their 20s and is a loyal, faithful man, but men who have matured are highly sought after by both young men and women like you. So don't be upset that you passed the point of marriage and commitment. Be mad that you let it happen. Lol, joking, maybe you're just not the type. r/thathappened LMAO. Also can't help but notice the word partner. So what, girlfriend isn't in the equation even though I'm sure you wished? Yeah, same. When I had Tinder, it was more than 2,000 matches. It's horrible. And as a person with a master's degree, it's very common. I used this early in the conversation just to avoid low life or WTM, very common here in Asia. We just did an I'm very smart video and it sounded so similar to that. The comment part underneath is grey color, and when I try to tap on the comment part, nothing happens. And it won't let me type anything. Have I been ostracized or shadow banned for some reason? Well, anyways, I just wanted to comment that you and your body are beautiful and arousing. Especially your boobs. Amazing boobs are my favorite body part. Haha. What are you up to tonight? I only chat with paying subscribers. Oh, you goddamn biatch. You don't deserve any money or subscribers if you act like you can't be bothered to have a bare minimum interaction. Whoa. Well, to be fair, they never said they were nice, but they sure are angry. Works every time. Nice guys finish last. That's so toxic. Yeah, but if you actually got anywhere with being kind, I'd agree with you. Yeah, but are you being kind only to have the horizontal mumbo with them? Or because you're genuinely kind? Genuinely kind, but women don't respect you if you're kind, so now I'm not. It's genuinely depressing that I have to be not kind. Then why does it matter if they have the horizontal mumbo? If you are being genuinely kind? That mindset is so toxic and it leads to abuse. Oh yeah, but whatever. Women are toxic, to be honest. Not all, but most. You need to think about the fact that if you're kind to them and they're attracted to you, it will happen. It requires two factors, not just one. And saying that women are toxic is a sweeping generalization. I'm not talking about horizontal mumbo, I'm just talking about in general. Oh, BS. Women are not kind to you if you are to them. It's just a fact. I can see it in the body language. Some people aren't kind to you and some people are. It's not gendered. I just treat them all toxic until proven otherwise, sorry. Then you're not only gonna get broken women who know no better and expect abuse, and you'll confirm that they'll always be abused in their mind. Ah, sounds like a personal issue. If this is how you truly think, then I'm not sure I can be friends with you. This way of thinking is insanely toxic, and your way of thinking is extremely personal to you. It's kinda disgusting. I left a man that thinks the way you do after he abused the hell out of me. Ah, yes, so it's all my fault. Go to therapy. Gotcha. And why? What I do works? It's disgusting, and goodbye. Yeah, and I'm much happier for it. All the best. I love how many assumptions you made, lol. How many assumptions that you made? What? Making assumptions is a nice guy's home run swing. They weren't even making assumptions. Oh, girls go for guys with looks. You never see a gorgeous girl post her ugly ass boyfriend. Girls are ashamed to be seen bad by anyone, and it's messed up because I would be with a female even if she's ugly AF, and she'll still break me because there's better looking. From a guy's POV, you need to understand that biatches don't care about how we treat them. I have friends who mistreat their girl and the girl stays with an F-boy because it's what she wants. I understand what you're saying, but not all girls are like that. Not even 5%. Are you nice? Bruh, I'm a nice person. I never mistreated any female, but I still get left and broken. After building up a female who was in the same place, girls look for opportunities and they try to see if they can find better. When they see it, they'll go for it. By the way, girls won't go for guys like you. Do you know why? I've been led on for months. I'm the least entitled. Exactly, I know I'm not, but when a biatch gives herself to me, they're mine. But biatches are manipulative. Very. It's called life, not saying every girl is perfect. Damn, you live life being fake? Because I'm pretty sure girls are supposed to be raised to be women, not hoes. hose. Life my ass, I can't wait until you're old and fat. You're pretty on the outside, but not on the inside if that's your point of view. Wow, what did we just read? Yeah, like this comment says, the classic vocabulary of a nice and respectful man. Biatches, hoes and females. What a catch. I can't believe women aren't falling all over themselves to be with this man's amazing personality. I hope you know the only fabric I wear is husband material. I'm not going to be quiet about liking you, and I've done really well, so I can absolutely see you anytime I want. You just have to pull the trigger. My biggest pet peeve is wasting my time, but I'll always be your biggest hype man. I can't waste time because I take care of many families. It's not an arrogance thing. I hope all is well. I'm flattered, but I'm not looking to date anyone right now. I'm really invested in traveling on my own at this time in my life, but again, I appreciate the kind words you've shared with me. Okay, so here's where the conversation should end. Lol, you're silly. That's not what I'm looking for either. I said I like you, not that I wanted to date you. Obviously, you're living a nomad life. It doesn't work that way, and I'm just saying, let's kick it when I'm where you're at. I want a super badass chick, and I absolutely want the best. Not saying you're not that girl, but I haven't seen you since college. All I want to do is have some fun. And I'm in the area, let's hang out. We know each other-ish. The ish is because I haven't seen you in forever. I hope this isn't insulting, but just reassuring the fact that I am your friend, because the life I live is not a Western culture life anymore. So most of the women here don't even intrigue me. That's why 50% of men are heading overseas to find women. They're called passport bros. You're a zombie woman? Lol, obviously you read this. Apparently you're now getting the education. Talk to your men. Men don't need women from here. Most women in America are garbage, no offense. I don't mean it in that way, but I'm a self-made millionaire. I don't need any woman from here, and most of them don't have it. Actually, I think your entire response is garbage. Look, I was trying to be nice, but now I'll just be direct. I'm not interested in continuing a conversation any longer. I don't need any man in my life that thinks any group of women are garbage and zombies. Good luck abroad. Right, you don't even know what I'm talking about. The term zombie is not just a female term. It's for a couple, so you took that as a misogynistic remark. That's not what it means. It's about two people that date, break up because they don't get along, go and date other people, and then come back to each other. When I say women are garbage from here, it doesn't mean that men aren't too. And if you read my message more closely, you would understand that it was not a blanket comment that covers everyone, but only of the majority, which is why a divorce rate is now in 60%. And I'm also not looking abroad, I'm just looking for good people. I'm never anything but nice, kind, and respectful. So when I say these terms, these are not things that are coming from me, but facts that are produced, meaning that they're not from a politically or agendadric resource. They're factual facts that are produced by universities. Wow. Like when I say super rude and disrespectful stuff, it's not really me saying that. It's all the universities that come up with this stuff. I'm an incredibly nice person. Nice guy on Roblox. Hello internet, welcome to my very first nice guy story. I'm entirely new and I hope you enjoy some cringe. I'm currently 18 male, but this is an old story that happened when I was 16, so let's just dive in. It was a normal summer vacation and I was hopping onto the online platform Roblox, a block game where you play random games people create or something. I decided I wanted to play natural disasters. I joined a random server and began playing. Everything was fine at first with me just playing the game and having fun, and with the occasional person yelling not nice things because I have a furry avatar with a pride flag, I just ignored and kept playing. 10 minutes later, a user joined who we'll call Nice Guy. This man's avatar was the usual emo punk avatar that's headless. He saw my avatar and came walking like the Lego brick avatar that he is and started talking. I wish I saved the screenshots, but I don't have them anymore. But this is what I remember. Nice Guy. Hey, me. Oh, hi. Nice Guy. Your avatar is beautiful with a winky face. Oh, thank you. You're too kind. Yeah, no problem, baby. I tried to ignore the mild, uncomfortable words, but it does get worse over time. I just sat there waiting for the next round to start when all of a sudden this guy starts to rub his avatar against mine. I was super uncomfortable and I moved my avatar away. Me. Whoa, gross. Nice Guy. What? Me. Please don't do that ever again. Nice Guy. But why? You're gay, right? Yeah, but still gross. Just because I like dudes doesn't mean you rub your avatar avatar against mine? I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I'm a nice guy. Yeah, right. But I am. Give me a chance, please. Now this man is begging in a public game, in a public chat on how he's such a nice guy, and we literally don't know each other. His friend who joined with him came over and tried to back this guy up. This man really trying to snag a date on Roblox like it's Tinder. Yeah, I was gonna say, what are they trying to get out of this? I said no when the round began. The round was Blizzard. Nice guy. Brr, it's cold. I can warm you up, baby, if you'd like. Me? I'd rather freeze to death. Oh, wow. And that's what I did. I stood out in the cold and died. Nice guy comes back and says, and I quote, "Why are you being such a blank? I'm trying to be a nice guy." Well, you clearly aren't. Nice guy friend. No, he's a good guy. Give him a chance. I'm in disbelief. I just wanted to play Roblox on a summer day without creeps existing. But here I am in a server with this delusional user. I told him off one last time that I'm not giving him a chance. He got very butthurt and started spewing homophobic crap. All because I'm not giving him a chance? Yeah, on Roblox. I ignored it completely and let him have his tantrum. The final straw was when he said, "Fine, I'll just put you on a leash and make you become my pet." For obvious reasons he said that, because I have a furry avatar. Now, before I finish the story, yes, I know I could have just hopped off the server or blocked him, but I don't quit easily unless you just really test my patience. That's when I responded, "I ain't your pet. Gross. You know what? I'm just gonna server hop." Before I did, Nice Guy tried to make me stay and friend him. I did the opposite, blocked a new server. And this is why we need to be careful, kids. We have people like this guy existing. If you encounter them, just to leave. They could be 30 for all we know, or possibly just a horrid person. This is one of the 2 Roblox stories I have. One was way worse, including stalking me outside of the platform and onto other websites. If you want to hear that one, just ask. Bye bye, hope you had fun cringing. Make sure to brush your eyes with bleach. I'm so unbelievably confused. They're on Roblox. How are you giving somebody a chance or anything like this when you're playing Roblox? They surely weren't talking about like a relationship or something when you can't even see each other. I'm so confused, but that was so fun to read. What is up with you women? First you say you don't want to date an a-hole, and then that's what you date? Give a nice guy a chance. Don't be stuck up. Yes, I have a full-time job and 2 cars and a dog and 420 friendly, and I know where to get good stuff. So hit me up on here or Snapchat. Or don't. I don't care. I'm deleting this crap in 2 weeks. Just stop being biatches. God. And what about this is gonna make somebody want to talk to ya? Like, hey everybody, I'm super angry and hostile. What? You don't want to talk to me? Well, you just need to stop being a biatch. Nah, dude. Do girls even like nice guys? I feel like they don't give a damn about someone that would treat them right and spoil them and spend some time with them and genuinely be nice to them. I'm that type of guy, and it looks like they just care about effers that don't even respect them and do nothing for them, as well as being violent and all that stuff. If any lady cares to explain, I'm all ears. You don't think that women like nice men? I feel like deep down they have to know that this isn't true. Like they're probably just upset or something. Because you don't actually think that all women don't like nice men, do ya? Because that would be ridiculous. So yeah, either you're making huge assumptions, or you're going after the wrong sort of people, or you haven't been around enough people, or you're not actually a nice guy. It could be so many different things, but the answer is not that women don't like nice guys. Most people are nice, and if you have to go on about how nice you are, trying to convince everybody that you're nice, yeah, maybe you're just not that nice. Be careful when you mess with a nice guy. We have tamed our monster. Yeah, intimidating people, that's the answer. I'm so nice, but don't push me because I have a monster inside me and I'm ready to unleash it at any moment. Oh yeah, so nice. Yeah, I'll go off. I tried being nice. Bye. Who do you live with? Not what I asked. You're freaking stupid. Oh yeah, that's nice. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but still not what I asked. Unless that was your answer, which I wouldn't consider trying to be nice. I'm done arguing and trying with you. Please block me. I thought you were cute, but you're rude. They are rude. I feel like some people like can't see what they're saying, as in like they'll say the most outrageous sort of stuff, but then act as if they didn't even say it. Like, well, I tried to be nice, but you're so freaking stupid. Like, did you forget the part where you said you were trying to be nice? Where is my true love? I'm 41 years old, but I still live alone. Can someone give me a chance? Fam, how do you know that? Some of you men make some childish assumptions. A little bit of foreshadowing there, I think. She lusts over the bad boys. They got her prego and left. Sadly, that's how it usually usually goes. Yeah, facts. That's being really honest though. Now said, guys have beautiful families and they're happy and she's out here cutting pizzas. She only wants Chad. Yeah, she probably pushed all the good men away and got stuck with a deadbeat. Commenting stuff like this doesn't make you look like a good man. Like what? Oh, she just wants a dude that has lots of money. She's probably got 13 pups with 4 different Chads and 9 different Tyrones. Wow, are you joking? The absolute kings of projecting, leaving comments about somebody that you don't even know and making endless assumptions about them and writing this story in your head about them that's not even true. Like, oh yeah, she probably only wants a Chad and she's also probably a bad person who pushes away men. Bro, you know what good men aren't doing? Making assumptions about people and being rude to them in the process. So under this post, we just finished our first round of IVF. My wife's strength and bravery made me smile. Details in the comments. Oh, this post is so hilarious. A stunning woman that takes care of herself is obviously in this for clout. I hope the best for her. Piece of crap OP karma farming. Spreading his defective genes and passing on the responsibility of parenting to her, who again is obviously taking some you know what on the side at minimum. Oh god. Playing victim of disabled, but nobody is putting a gun to his head telling him to post this. OP taking full advantage of this woman. Lady, if you ever want normal life with an honest, non-attention craving man that just enjoys spending time with you, let me know. You don't even know them. What? This whole setup is messed up and OP just taking full advantage. More power to you, OP lol. Honest and non-attention craving man that just enjoys spending time with you. Get a grip, Mr. Nice Guy. Yeah, what a hateful, cynical and mean message to post. What a crappy way to see the world, bro. Bro envies him and wants his girl. Yeah, that was revolting. Yeah, like this comment says, just enjoys spending time with you. How the hell would you even know that he enjoys spending time with her? He's never even bloody met her or talked to her. Do these guys even hear themselves? I'm so nice. I just enjoy spending time with my hot hypothetical girlfriend that I know nothing about aside from her physical appearance. Yeah, so many unbelievable assumptions. Yeah, wow, that was super gross. Pretty girl, friend of yours, or does she come with the frame? And they respond with this emoji. Lol, you couldn't afford me. Have fun when you finally get a man. And he domestically abuses you. Bye. What? Oh no, these are so bad. Like, oh, hello there, you're so beautiful. 10 seconds later saying stuff like this. Ugh. It's normally pretty bad on here, but sometimes it's a bit worse. I feel like it's a bit extra gross today. Oh, you get what you give. I stopped caring how women feel after I learned that many women will just have one-night stands and do all types of freaky stuff with some guys, but then they'll get a boyfriend and become vanilla and lie about their past as well. Seems that being an F-boy and dehumanizing people is the better strategy. Yeah, I feel like that's the problem. You're looking at building relationships with people as a bloody strategy to get something out of them. No wonder it's going bad. Dehumanizing any individual is never the better strategy. That's straight messed up and immoral. Oh, like I said, you get what you give. I learned directly from watching how women play the game that you don't get bonus points for playing the game nicely. Yeah, but that's like saying it's okay for women to play the game and lie about how many people they slept with or how good a guy is in bed. Yeah, dehumanizing is definitely a good word for this. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna meet a person and enjoy their company as a person and see them as a human being. They're like, no, this is my strategy and it's not working. I need to try a different strategy to get what I want out of people. Maybe I should be a dehumanizing F-boy. Yeah, maybe not. I really don't care about embarrassing myself when it comes to women. If they can't handle my personality, they clearly aren't my type. If they're open-minded enough to give me a chance to show them who I am and not just judge me off my looks, then that's who I'd think about spending my time with. So many basic biatches out there for real. And I don't mean to call females biatches. A lot of you are real women, but the whole lot of them, I swear, and I'm just over here being overlooked, and it's totally cool. I'm in no hurry to mess with anyone or date. I got high standards, and I don't really care for one-night stands. Well, F you if you read all of this, lol. What? Why did you insult everybody at the end? Like calling women females, also calling people basic biatches, and also when somebody says that other people people can't handle their personality. I feel like that doesn't really make you think they've got a good personality. Like maybe they can't handle it for a reason, because maybe it's bad, or like just a really bad attitude or something. Roast to the young lady who rejected me last night. When me and my friend who was driving stopped at her place, my friend walked up the stairs and embraced her with hugs and was oh so friendly with him while I waited momentarily in the car. She asked for an ice cream from so-and-so, so we went there to get it from the drive-thru while we got 2 cheeseburgers and very shortly ended up back at her place. This time I went up the stairs after my friend did and he gave her the ice cream cone, all while my friend welcomed me to her. Her and I did already know each other. She right away shook my friend's hand and said something like, "Thanks for hanging out with me," and went into her apartment locking the door. Not only did my friend feel rejected, at the end that is, not the beginning, but I felt rejected too because I was there. Why are so many women in so-and-so so unwelcoming towards people like me as a good-looking friend? Maybe even a potential date for the near future, or as a potential date for the near future for one of her female friends. These women should have consequences for their behavior towards men like this. Too many people here are too prideful and stuck up, which isn't a stretch. Oh my god, that has 138 reactions and 440 comments. Yo, do you see this BS? So, how am I a creep? Explain that to me. By the way, the ice cream cone was a gift from my friend, not from me. And then my friend last night started complaining to me that he lost a fun, affectionate friend because I showed up, barely saying anything other than hi or bye, and saying her name. Do you think the something for women should be shut down and run out of business? Yeah, those women are beyond spoiled and entitled, alright? Too much misandrist female gossip going on there. That's what I'm thinking. No, your pent-up anger towards the opposite gender is really concerning. I hope you learn from this experience and seek some help from a licensed professional. Yeah, there has to be more to the story than this. Definitely leaving out some details. The comment down the bottom could be applied to so much stuff that we read. Your pent-up anger towards the opposite gender is really concerning. I feel like we could say that about so much stuff that we read. For a generation that can't find a good man, you ladies sure are pregnant a lot. Yeah, single mums, lol. Men prefer debt-free virgins without tattoos. Yeah, okay. We've read the exact same post so many different times, but the worst part is, they're not the exact same. They're just saying the exact same stuff. How you doing, beautiful? Where you from? Why did you send me a screenshot of your bank account? I don't know. Answer my question though. No, you answer mine, because you need to see how much I got so you can act appropriately. Hey, with a kissy face. Total checking $300 and $4,000 in a savings account. Bro, what? How is this gonna change how somebody treats you? That's not how that works. Maybe if it was like $60 million, you'd be like, oh wow, that's a lot more than I expected, but it's still not gonna change how they talk to you. Yeah, I think the lesson I'm learning is that I should become a red flag, because that's the only way I'm gonna lose my virginity. Oh, nah. Yeah, like this gift that somebody posted. Well, that's a red flag right there. Yeah, but always got matched to F-boys, so I stopped. When sweet, innocent, and good guys appeal to girls, they reject him or he gets used. His mind and his heart gets broken, and when the type you mention approach you people fall for them. Nice going. Oh, come on. You don't even like nice guys, you only go for the F-boys. Like, yeah, maybe some people do, but not everybody does. They're making it out like women are stopping them, but really it's just this attitude that they have. Yeah, it got pretty cold. Had to pull out the windshield scraper this morning. I could have helped you. I appreciate it, but I'm so far away, it'd be quicker to just do it myself. Plus, you save gas money. Okay. I was trying to be nice. Yeah, and I appreciate it. Thank you. I feel like you don't mean that. You never give me a chance at anything. Whether it's scraping the ice off your vehicle or taking you to dinner. I'm glad your fiance died. What? No. I'm not glad I just read this. Like I was just trying to be nice, and yeah, I'm not gonna try and be nice anymore. Continues to say some super gross stuff. I have a master's in engineering, 100,000 plus salary, a beach house at so-and-so, a certificate of a 145 IQ issued by so-and-so, a brand new BMW X7, and enough savings to take you to Thailand twice a year. What do you bring to the table? 2 PhDs in computer science, a penthouse I didn't inherit from mummy, a car that is not in direct correlation with my ding-dong size, enough savings to avoid Thailand twice a year, and more than enough IQ to avoid men who measure their own worth in numbers and trauma dump their misogyny onto metaphorical tables. Oh, and uppercase letters. I also have those. Damn, marry me? Nah, you don't bring enough to the table. Goodbye. Yeah, what a weird way to start a conversation. Hey, I make money. I got a BMW and a master's degree. I'm pretty much the ideal person. Oh yeah, and the IQ thing as well. Bragging about your IQ, that's such a bad idea like any time. We read the I'm Very Smart subreddit enough to know that you shouldn't put too much weight on your IQ. Oh yes, my IQ is 400, which means I'm literally incredible. Actually, it probably would if you had an IQ of 400, but you know what I mean? That response was absolutely beautiful though. What do you bring to the table? No, I've got my own table, thanks. I'm single because I'm way too nice. Yeah, probably not. Hey, I wanted to tell you that you looked really pretty on your Instagram picture. Would you like to go on a date sometime? No thanks, I only date a-holes. What's up then, biatch? Okay, so I don't feel like this one counts. She shouldn't have cheated then, knowing her boyfriend was unstable. No idea what they're referencing, by the way. Stupid women get involved with bad men and then they make it worse by only infuriating them. I bet she turned down 20 nice guys just to get with this loser. Oh yeah, blaming them for whatever happened, that's a good idea, isn't it? So unbelievably backwards and gross. Oh yeah, nice guys. So being a nice and generous guy isn't enough nowadays? Well, screw you, you piece of crap. You get what you deserve. Ah yes, being a nice and generous guy. I can't take this stuff seriously. It's bloody ridiculous. Like, oh yeah, I'm a nice and generous guy. F you, you piece of crap. This is me being a nice and generous guy, as you can see. Like, why do you have to act like you're into me but leave me undelivered for hours? But you're talking to other people and your snap score goes up, so I know you're just ignoring me. I don't deserve this crap. Like, I'm literally the nicest bloody guy ever, bro. I'll be your freaking chauffeur because you can't freaking drive, and I'll buy you food and pay for stuff. I try so hard to please someone just for them to treat me like garbage and ignore me. Either tell me off or don't. Stop being a terrible freaking person. And it says here, a lovely explanation. We went on a date. It was fine, kinda boring, but whatever. The next day I had a really bad day and I was snapping one of my friends and not really responding to anybody else, hence the ignoring. To top it off, the comment about not being able to drive. He's been in 5 accidents totaling 4 cars. Honey, you asked if you could drive me, so I said yes, but clearly you're the one who can't drive. I also paid for the food. Right, and I'm assuming they posted this on their story. Like, don't do that. Come on everybody, I'm such a nice guy. But so the only thing they did was just message somebody else and ignore them, which is literally nothing. And they completely flipped out like this over that. That's really not good. Also, not very nice. Ladies, nice guys are still out there. You're just too busy glorifying douchebags. I feel like I remember reading this one a long time ago, and I imagine I still feel the exact same way about this, that it's cringy, sad, and gross. You're an idiot. I think you mean you are. Your profile's all over the place. There's no cohesion. It's like a CV. K? It's too much. It's got less talk, more action kind of vibes. My advice, just hook up with as many people as possible. K? So weirdo. You like rock music, hard rock, or heavy metal? Why are you getting so emotional over my profile? I've moved on from that. I'm asking questions. I'm actually multitasking right now. Yeah, calm down, little man. Okay, weirdo, what are you up to this weekend? You really think negging is gonna work this day and age? Sad, I'm bored with you already. I'm playing with you, don't get in your emotions. You should be able to have an adult conversation. Sweetie, you're the one throwing a tantrum here. I was joking at the beginning. The jokes are done now. You been cinema recently? Oh, honey, not happening. Thank you for the 5 minutes of entertainment. Me and my friends have been laughing at your messages as you typed them out. I'm watching a movie, messaging people on here and using my phone to look for events. I never asked to see your boobs or asked for horizontal mumbo. That's entertaining. It's always the fat girls. I'm not fat shaming. I don't have any issues with fat girls. They're good for one thing. Only thing is on this app, the fat girls think they're attractive. Yeah, keep going, big man. We're having a laugh here. Yeah, that was sad. I, 23 female, have a close friend named Julia, 22 female, who goes to school with me. We've been friends since we were both freshmen in college, and I often feel responsible for her well-being and safety. Last week I went out to drinks with Julia and her friends, and Julia Julia got very drunk. For context, one of Julia's male classmates who was with us at the bar, I'll call him Alex, has acted inappropriately to her in the past, but Julia decided to forget about it for the good of the group. The whole time we were at the bar, he sat very close to her and even bought her a couple of drinks at the end of the night, despite her being obviously incredibly drunk. I live on campus, but Julia lives in an apartment building half an hour away, and since Julia doesn't have a car, she told me that she would take public transportation home. When I saw how drunk she was, I decided I would drive her home, but Julia told me that Alex had already offered since he lived closer to her. Despite this, I made an executive decision and I took her to my car. Julia was upset, but I thought she was too drunk to understand the potential danger that she was in. When we got to my dorm, I put her to sleep in my bed and slept on the couch. That morning, she was upset that I'd taken her to my house while she was drunk. She said that I overstepped her boundaries and should have let Alex drive her. I tried to explain that it was for her safety, but Julia truly believed that Alex had no ulterior motives. This conflict has strained our friendship, and Julia says that she'll be upset with me until I admit that I shouldn't have driven her home without her permission. Am I the a-hole? Yeah, why did you take her to your place? You should have at least took her home to her place. Yeah, like the top comment says. If he was going to drive her home, he should have driven her to her home, not his. Of course, she's going to be upset when she wakes up to discover she's in his dorm room and can't necessarily remember what happened the night before. Also, yeah, don't make an executive decision and take her by force. Find other ways, like discouraging Alex from driving her if possible. Were there female friends at this gathering? Maybe see if one of them could convince Julia to let them drive her. I don't know, basically anything other than kidnapping the woman and taking her to your dorm. Yeah, 1000%. Of course they're going to be upset. Even if they did have good intentions, take them to their place. What were you bullied for? For being shy and uncomfortable around boys? Us men can be literal a-holes, but there are some lovely and generous gentlemen like myself out there somewhere. Oh my god. Not even trying to be subtle. I am the most incredible, lovely, generous gentleman. I hope you can find somebody like me, but I doubt it. I hope you had a neat time too. I know I implied a second date. I did have fun. You're interesting to talk to. No, that's you. I'm a huge fan of open communication. Yeah, but I have to be real. Unfortunately, I didn't really feel any connection beyond friendship. Aw, damn. I'm sorry, but I'm seeking a relationship. I know, and I'm sorry. This is more my idea of friendship. Dude, first of all, did you really think I'd be receptive to unsolicited you-know-what videos? After stating I wasn't interested? Pretty disrespectful, but whatever. LMAO, I spent $50 today for a let's just be friends. I don't care. Gotcha. Showing your true colors. Very cool of you. You just hit me with that crap out of the blue. I don't care. Being nice literally got me here, so I'm not doing that. Being nice to you made me look like a chump. Am I supposed to owe you something because you were nice to me? Am I supposed to owe you respect because you swerved me? Find a therapist and psychologist in Florida. Best of luck to you. Hate me all you want though. What's wrong, pumpkin? Lol. Describe your butt using only a picture of it. I thought you were the angry type. Pop off. It'll be fun. Poor baby. I'd rather be, you know whating you, so... Oh god. You know, clapping your, you know what, in brackets, you would love it. And they send a post that says, does your life insurance know that you like to be strangled during horizontal mumbo? And there are no responses from the other person, of course, because that's bloody awful. Hey now, men can't help it. It's in our genes. It's how we're programmed. We're a living organism that must reproduce. Oh my god. It's true. I'm not just making an excuse. And to be honest, women are no better. People suck. It's just a part of life. And hey, don't get mad at me for complimenting your boobs. It's something positive. Wow, don't get mad at me complimenting your boobs. What are they meant to say? Like, oh my god, thank you so much, you beautiful, kind gentleman. Thank you for complimenting me on my boobs. I really appreciate this. They say super gross stuff and then they get angry when the other person doesn't like it. Like, hey, maybe just don't say it. Yeah, I think we should just part ways. You took one part of a 3-part message out of context. Wow, you're just like my freaking ex. F this. I was trying to be nice and polite, but would have been great having a friend. But you're not even human. Didn't even think that whales got this far inland. You won't ever get a man of worth worth. You're freaking ugly and unmotivated. Oh my god, what a man of worth that is insulting them like this. Why would they want somebody like that? Oh my god, I can't wait until I have a man in my life that tells me that I'm a whale and not even human and ugly and unmotivated. Like, what do you mean? You're a effing you-know-what who goes for brothers? How loose is that you-know-what? Ew, I feel bad for any boy you find. No man will want you. F you. Holy, I thought the start of this was bad. It got so much worse. Like, surely they don't actually think that they're a good person to be with if they're saying stuff like this. You can't say stuff like this and then be like, oh, you're never gonna get somebody good like me. Like what? They're gonna want somebody who says stuff like this to them? Nah. The next one says, I didn't mean to be creepy. No idea who this man is, but this is literally on a Yahtzee game app. I told him that I have trouble sleeping because he asked for some reason, and this is what I get back. Still made me super uncomfy. Sorry if this doesn't fit. Melatonin? Nah, doesn't work. Okay, sorry. I was more thinking about the medication of female, solo diddly. Shouldn't that work some tough nights? No, but now I'm uncomfortable. Definitely not talking about anything like that with you. Thumbs up. Oh, I am so very sorry. My ex used that as a way to fall asleep, but I respect it so much. Didn't mean to be creepy. How was your day? Do you work tonight? Yeah, there's no saving a conversation like this. Pretty much doesn't matter what they say now. Like, there's no way that's gonna make it any better. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought this was a normal thing to talk about on a Yahtzee app. Yeah, nah, turns out that it isn't. Hello, random person. Have you tried the solo diddly to fall asleep? Oh no, sorry. I didn't mean to be inappropriate. Yeah, you did. A year ago, I still felt that I was lucky and dating a woman that was out of my league. But now, whenever I feel that I start developing feelings for her, I begin to feel inferior because I realized that other men used her as a you-know-what dumpster and then walked away never thinking of her as deserving of the same commitment that I'm giving her. She's no better than a public toilet. Oh my god. And I'm the only one of her boyfriends to ever give her actual commitment. Still, I'm getting her worst version. Oh no, don't drag them into this. This is a personal problem, not their problem. Oh my god. Don't put it on the other person that you have an awful attitude towards women. She's in her late 20s and not so beautiful as she was when she was younger. I'm giving her much and she's only giving me emotional baggage in return. At some point I had to realize that I'm not the one, I'm just another one. It's my turn to ride the town's bike, but the bike isn't mine. It's just my turn to mount it. Oh. And if I want to own the bike, I'll have to buy it, marriage, but then I have to stop and think, should I pay full price for used goods? Oh, this is awful. Haven't read something this bad in a long time. I feel like an inferior male because I'm taking serious a woman that other men deemed as nothing more than fun. All of those guys are with women that they consider of high value, and I'm here with the woman they all discarded and considered a replaceable, rag. I'm dating leftovers and I feel guilty for loving her. You call this loving her? There's nothing loving about this. And acting like there's something wrong with this other person while having like the most awful, negative, toxic attitude ever. It doesn't matter what situation you're in. You could make it awful if you have an attitude like this. Oh, I can't believe that. No heat or water or light, so yeah, not great. Oof, glad you're back. Thanks, I'm struggling with my self-esteem by wearing a burrito blanket, but it's warm, so okay. Burrito, yummy. I will now yeet myself. Big yeetus. For real, lol, sorry. It's in the mood hours for me, lol. What? Lol, you saw what I said. I didn't think it was weird until you said it was. What's weird, LMAO? You saying yum and then saying that you're in the mood? XD. A fetish comic with my actual face photoshopped onto it. This is where my mind went to when you said burrito, LMAO. I would ask for your consent, of course, before doing that though. Lol. Oh god, what? How do you even respond to something like this? I don't know how to respond to it and I'm just reading it. Whoa, that's so awful. I made this for you. I really hope you enjoy it. Haha. You mean so much to me. Hey, hey. What? Listen, I really like you so much. I put a lot of effort into this, so I was hoping for a bit more appreciation on that. What do you mean? Since when have you been this freaking dense? I just made you a playlist with only songs titled your name, most of which are love songs. Are you freaking stupid, or are you trying to play dumb so I give up and you don't have to bother rejecting me? Honestly, you're freaking ridiculous. Speak all these pretty words, say all these nice words, tell me that I'm funny and nice, but when something results from it which you were clearly going for, suddenly it's ridiculous that I would fall for you? How dare you toy with men's emotion like this, use them for your own amusement, and then toss them away like they're rubbish, when predictably they have human emotions about it and fall for you? You know, I used to think it was so funny and ridiculous when you told me that you had been called a succubus before, but maybe those guys were onto something. You're a shameless harpy, a horrid wench. Oh my god, it's still going and the other person barely even said anything. I hope someday someone breaks your heart badly enough in order to repay you for all of the souls that you've crushed. You know, I bet you aren't even loyal at all. I bet you've cheated on every boyfriend you've ever had. Self-centered blank, zero respect for people who love you, and your little bisexual delusion. We all know you just say that to attract men more, but you really seem to have convinced yourself. It's truly pathetic. You should be ashamed of yourself. I would have been the best boyfriend you ever had. Oh my god, the audacity! I would have loved you so well. Oh, no way. Your bloody loss, wench. I hope you enjoy being run through by a village worth of men and dying alone. Whoa. You can't say stuff like this and then say that you're gonna be like a loving person. What do you mean they didn't do anything and you're taking your anger out on them for no reason? There's nothing loving about this. Bruh, I think you meant witch. You freaking daft blank. Who the hell do you think you are to correct my grammar? You don't even capitalize, and after all that, that's the only thing you bother to reply to? You're truly heartless, you frigid biatch. You deserve all the heartbreak you've had and will have tenfold. Why? Because they didn't really appreciate when you made them a playlist or something? That doesn't deserve a reaction like this. I hope your next boyfriend is abusive. I wish nothing but the worst. You know what yourself? And they respond and say, I think you meant to say your, which is the perfect response, because why would you even respond to this? Completely out of the blue, completely undeserved, and just taking anger out on them for no reason? Whoa. Yeah, wow, these are pretty intense today. Roast to dating, that's it. Were you looking for a nice guy, but then you realized he was too nice? And then you went looking for a badass because some people like to be treated like crap, and then realized that you were treated like crap? Where does this attitude even come from? It's almost like people get taught an exact line to say. You know, like how many times have we read pretty much the exact same stuff? Way too many times. Sounds like you have some unpacking to do. This wasn't the case, but I just described a lot of women. We all know it's true. Nice guys finish last. Nice girls finish last too. Just because someone is nice doesn't mean you have to be attracted to them. Nice girls don't finish last. Statistics show that more men annually are going overseas to find a wife because nice traditional girls are hard to find anymore. No, and if you have an attitude like this where, you know, you're the victim of all this and women are like the enemy that are making everything hard for you, if you think like this, it's only gonna get harder. Exactly, and in my experience, the guys that call themselves nice are anything but. If you're a nice person or a good person, you don't need to announce that. Your actions will prove it. Yeah, pretty much 1000%. Okay, I'm speaking from anger. Yeah, what is it? If girls are gonna complain and moan about a guy who treats them wrong, and then reject a nice guy who wants to treat them well, then screw that biatch and hope her other boyfriends treat her like crap. And then I'm assuming they posted this to the girls. When you post on your story or tell people or vent to people about how a guy treats you, or how much your guy doesn't care, etc., and then a nice guy tries to treat you how you want to be treated and you reject him, you honestly deserve the treatment you get. How does that make any sense? So what, women can't reject somebody who's nice? Bro, not everybody's going to be interested in you, and that's completely fine, and that's so obvious as well. Like what, every single woman ever has to say yes to you if you're a nice guy, and if they don't, they deserve the treatment that they get? That's absurd, because y'all want all of these guys who don't treat you right, etc., and then ask where are the good guys at? Y'all don't even give them a chance. Just give them a chance is all I'm saying. And to the guys, yeah, some girls are not the best looking, but we need to give them a chance as well. Yeah, some girls aren't the best looking or have the best qualities that we want in a girl, but hey, just give them a chance. Some girls out here could be the best, if not the girl of your dreams, but you don't give them a chance just because of how they look. Give them a chance. Yeah, so the bit to the guys was definitely not as bad bad as the bit to the girls. That was so bad. If a nice guy is nice to you, you must give them a chance. Otherwise, you deserve to be treated awfully. People aren't just going to be interested in every other person. Even if they are nice, it's not going to change anything. A quote-unquote nice guy being a creep. Woman, leave me alone. Nice guy, biatch, biatch. Yeah, like not being even a little bit nice ever. So you sand? It says in my bio that I don't sand. Yeah, I know, I'm just messing. Why though, lol? I wanted to see how you'd react. The last girl had like no sanding in her bio and I asked her the same question. She flipped out. I get that though, it's just kind of disrespectful. Yeah, I felt bad. I apologized and I sent a heart and I told her that I'm not actually like that. I told her I wanted her for her personality, but turns out she was dry and loved one-word responses. Yeah, but that's kind of understandable considering you started the conversation asking about nudes. It's fair, I deserved it, but I'm not usually a douche. I'm actually way too nice sometimes. Oh my god, we're starting the video in such a beautiful way. Well, I'm actually way too nice most of the time. I'm so freaking nice, you don't even understand. But right now, I am being a douche, so can you send me some nudes? Yeah, like the top comment says, I wanted to see how you'd react. Was a joke? I was messing. Yeah, sure, buddy, too nice for this world. And the sentence, I'm not usually a douche, is so funny. You know, like I'm not always this awful. Only sometimes. Today, the girl of my dreams rejected my advances once again. This is a girl who's had her heart broken over and over again by cheaters and abusers. She can't even recognize something great, even if it's staring at her in the face. What do I have to do to end her vicious cycle of endless heartbreak? FML. Yeah, okay, so today the girl of my dreams rejected my advances once again. Well, maybe stop advancing. I need to be super persistent and I need to make sure they go out with me. No, you don't. If they reject you, you need to leave them alone. And it sounds like it's not even the first time. Yeah, like the top comment says, reminds me of that Twitter post where they said something like, my nephew got rejected by a girl today, blah, blah, blah. He says, I know I should keep trying. And the user says, no, leave her alone. And the kid was totally flawed. Yeah, I feel like they're thinking that they're some sort of hero that's gonna save them or something. But not really though, because if they've rejected you multiple times, you should probably take that as a sign that they're not interested, and not leaving them alone after this. That's not being nice. Yeah, you'll regret that. I'm super rare. Distance shouldn't matter. How am I not local? I live in so-and-so. Obviously, you aren't looking for anything serious. Tinder uses your location. I drive a truck in so-and-so. So what, you'd give up a guy who doesn't smoke or drink and that's a virgin over something stupid? Oh, you girls want these good guys, but you never talk to them. I don't know what I have to do to help. Yeah, it's the anger and the frustration and like the resentment. And then, you know, generalizing women and being like, you girls all want these good guys, but you never talk to them. Like what, that's about every single woman or something? Like who's that talking about? I understand that it could feel upsetting and defeating and sort of frustrating if you're getting rejected and stuff, but that's when you need to not get angry about it, because that sure as hell doesn't help anything. And especially getting angry at the person that's rejecting you, that's not gonna help. You gotta stay optimistic and you gotta keep pushing forwards and not be angry with every woman in the world. Obviously, here's the deal. I get that I'm a bigger guy, but a thing I don't understand is that y'all go for them skinny guys. But here's the deal. I'm the nicest guy you'll ever meet. I'm a guy trying to fall in love long time, not short term. I want to be able to build a future together no matter all of the fights, no matter what we go through. I want it to be for us, not for someone else, but y'all aren't ready for that. Yeah, but the whole I'm the nicest guy you'll ever meet, is that coming from a place where you think that you genuinely are the nicest person they'll ever meet? Or are you saying that as in like, you know, I'm nicer than these other skinny guys that you're going for? Because that's sort of what it sounds like. Like, yeah, you're going for these skinny guys, but I'm nicer. Like, maybe not. And also, that doesn't mean that they're not nice. Like, I'm sure they are nice. But it's a bit weird to just think that you're nicer than every other person. And yeah, that attitude doesn't seem nice. It seems bitter and sort of jealous and angry. Yeah, I just had to move in with my mum due to my disability claim. I'm not lazy. I just like to hang out with good people and want to just have some fun. Now, why is it every time I get a like being a perfect gentleman that females just stop talking to me? Am I that messed up? I love how they're a gentleman, but they're female females? Why the hell when I'm so nice to people in general, especially females, and I get caught with these crazy ass biatches? I don't understand it anymore. One of my favorite sayings, nice guys finish last. Nah. Surely that's not real, is it? Please tell me it's not. Nice guys finish last is not a good saying. It's a saying by people that think they're nice. It's not like a wise old quote or something. But yeah, maybe it has something to do with the way you think about women. Even from reading this, you can tell that they don't think very much of women because it's gentlemen and then females. And not just that, crazy ass biatches. You're not even thinking about people as being full human beings. They're just a female. And yeah, what about any of this is giving the idea that they're nice? Bro, why you blocked me? I'm just trying to make friends. You don't have to get your panties in a knot because you weird me out. How? I'm not allowed to be nice or compliment you? And I didn't block you. I unadded you. Whatever you freaking, you know what? I tried to be nice. r/nice guys. Nah, freaking being nice never gets you anywhere. And you just proved it. Thank you for breaking me. This is so funny. I'm posting this on Reddit. What do you mean, thank you for breaking me? What does that mean? Like what? You're the reason that I'm not nice anymore? Nah, and obviously being nice does get you somewhere. Pretty sure every person knows that. Maybe you weren't being that nice, or you were only being nice to try and get something in return. You know, like maybe it was pretend nice and also had expectations. But also, there's a difference between being nice and being genuinely caring and understanding and kind. So yeah, maybe being nice does get you nowhere because you need to be genuinely kind and understanding and optimistic and not just like a surface level, you know, niceness or whatever. But yeah, being angry doesn't help anybody. The way I see it, I've been turned down and rejected by women my entire life. Every time I've worked harder and harder to be more than the next guy so that it doesn't happen anymore. And to this day, nothing works. So if somebody does come my way, she better be a virgin, young and non-argumentative because life isn't getting any longer and I'm not spending my hard-earned money and what time I have left with some tramp. If all the women get to be so picky, then I'm not settling for any less than what I want because I had to work harder than the next 10 men just to get anything. Yeah, kinda like this comment says, being grumpy and disrespectful hasn't worked so far. Let's see how being grumpy and disrespectful but with money works. Fingers crossed. Yeah, it's about building a relationship with somebody that you enjoy being around. They talk about women like there's some prize that you need to unlock or something. I'm done with the Mr. Nice Guy. I'm done with your games that 90% of you play. So I'll just call it like it is. Biatches don't know what you want. Always looking for the greener pasture. Well, when you're too old and you die alone, it's all gonna be on you. Ah, yes, another angry dating profile. And you only message me if you're a grown, mature woman. Even some of you in your 30s need to grow. Only the real females have gotten this far and can understand what I'm trying to say. The rest of you can F off. Newsflash, you're not God's gift, LMFAO. Oh my god, who's gonna read this and be like, yeah, you know what? I'd absolutely love to have a conversation with this person. They don't immediately sound like they're gonna scream at me. Oh wait, no, they do. Morning sunshine, is that an oddly shaped pillow or pup you're resting on? This is going to be a long one, but important, so read it over and get back to me with your thoughts. I want to ensure that we're aligned on the following before moving forward. I want you to come over at least once a week, Sunday or Monday nights. When you do, the expectation is that you'll bring proper attire, 2 outfits, 1 for public, whatever you think looks good, another for lounging, needs to be soft fabric. The look is less important than the feel of it. When you come over, you need to take a shower so I can watch and then hold you afterward while you're wet. I have some habits I need to do throughout the week and you can help hold me accountable. We can talk about this later, but it will be a weekly check-in cadence. Beside that, we can watch a movie, listen to music, talk, etc. Whatever you're in the mood for. We can go out to eat or to an event, but I'd rather, you know what, on an empty stomach, so I'll have to think that one through. I don't enjoy driving much, and part of the reason I moved to the city is so I don't have to. I use Uber or Lyft daily, and if you need a ride, I can order you one. If you want to stay later into the morning, we can get breakfast or brunch or sunbathe on the rooftop. There's a hot tub too there if you want. Better to be there early. I need you to get fully Brazilian or Hollywood waxed once a month or lasered so I can slip and slide on your, oh my god. I'll pay for it and set the appointment so long as you go. We're always going to try at least one new thing in bed. You mentioned you normally stick with one guy at a time, but I'm unclear as to what you're open to in return. I'm casually seeing other girls currently. Maintaining some level of relationship with other women helps me stay level-headed and from acting desperately. It also helps me navigate the other relationships and get accelerated feedback on how to be a better partner. That said, I don't intend on any of them being a primary partner, and the lack of time spent together with them on its own will always be a barrier to that. I seek a primary girl to build a strong bond with, and that's who I want to give my attention, energy, time, and care for most. I'm not willing to share my primary girl with another guy. If you're doing the horizontal mumbo with me, you're not allowed to do it with any other guy in any way or form. If you want to do stuff with women, we can talk about it. What a way to start the video. Yeah, I get the feeling they're not gonna get a response, and fair enough. Good afternoon, I'm so-and-so. I was the LVN who handled your screening and had the pleasure of asking you all the fun and awkward questions. Fingers crossed you remember me. Okay, so before we read any more, there's a comment here and it says, I went in for a routine STD screening. Wow, so this is the person who screened you? Oh god, that's already horrifying. I understand this is unconventional, and please understand, I normally wouldn't do this, but I really felt a connection chatting with you today. I love the beautiful, independent, sexually confident female energy that you were giving me. Quite frankly, it was intoxicating. So you can imagine my delight when your chart said that you were single. God, this is awful. Right then, I knew I had to shoot my shot. If you're half as cool as I think, we're gonna vibe really well, physically and otherwise. I'm a pretty patient guy, but the one thing that I don't tolerate is being ignored. Bro, what? I'm sticking my neck out pretty far for you, so I would appreciate some sort of prompt response, one way or the other. Sigh, try to do something romantic and this is the result. That's a real shame too. I would have treated you like a princess. I thought you'd be different, but it seems like common courtesy is asking too much of you. Oh my god, getting angry at this person when you've done something so creepy. It's not romantic, you degenerate. I hope you enjoyed the unemployment line because I'm 100% sending these to your supervisors and superiors. Don't ever contact me again. Pro tip, maybe don't threaten someone's livelihood when they have access to your information. Just saying, they might mess around and lash out. Oh my god, I was not expecting this. That's revolting. More revolting than what we normally read. And also saying don't threaten somebody's livelihood. They're not the ones who threaten their livelihood. You can't do stuff like this. All sorts of privacy violations. What do you mean? And there were like 7 minutes between those messages as well. Like what, they should have responded within 7 minutes? Oh my god. The faith of smart people is to remain alone for the rest of their life. Look, I am a nerd as myself and I couldn't find anyone who understood me and a girl I'd love. Now I'm thinking, am I the wrong person or it's just the fact that I'm too intelligent for most of the people? And so throughout some researches I came to the conclusion the most intelligent, mature and polite people, like me, have more odds of finding themselves alone in life and probably die alone. What? Oh no, I didn't realize this episode was going to be so intense. You think you're smarter than every person on the planet? Oh, there's not a single person in the world that's as smart as me and will understand me. That's just not true though, you know? No, it's not me. It's every other person in the world. 18 and 36, gamer and nerd. Oh my god, yas queen, get it girl, lucky biatch, why can't I have that? And somebody who isn't Henry Cavill. Oh my god, call the police, you freaking creep, ew, loser. All men are dirty, disgusting pigs who only think of girls as horizontal mumbo objects. Screw the patriarchy, ought to be put down, animal, chauvinistic dog. Yeah, like the top comment says, a whole lot of projection going on here. Oh, this woman kept choosing those men, probably because they were dominant, and now that her horizontal mumbo drive is down, the nice guy gets the leftovers. Sucks, but as a nice guy, being nice turns women drier than the Sahara Desert. Wow, okay, but but being someone else to keep someone interested is far worse and so exhausting because you can never be yourself, but the women stayed. Regardless, I went back to being that nice guy that finishes last, so I stopped with relationships. Maybe you're naive or young, but women be whack, yo. What do you mean? Oh yeah, women are 100% to blame because they choose the wrong people. What? You refer to women as leftovers. It might have something to do with that attitude. Nah, silly women, it's it's all your fault? Are there couples in the world that are very much in love and guys that are nice guys? Do they exist where they're in relationships where they're happily in love with somebody? Yeah, obviously, you know? So the problem isn't women not wanting a nice guy. As we know from being on this subreddit so many different times, maybe there's something else to this nice guy that's not so desirable, like maybe personality or an attitude. I'm so tired of fake biatches and pretty biatches that expect money. God, not all of you women are like this, are you? I'm a 38-year-old alpha dominant male, and don't worry, at times I will submit to my queen. I will absolutely roll over on my back for you and do whatever pleases you. It's just that when it comes down to protecting you and taking care of you, I'll be all over that. I'm very loyal to the woman I love. I don't cheat. I'm a huge passionate romantic. I love to kiss. I will kiss you gently, like 5 to 10 kisses in a row. I'll tell you I love you. I'll tell you that you matter, because to me you will. I can please you in the bedroom, absolutely, but I don't focus on sexuality very much. I'm more about loving you than that. It's just, don't worry, I have it where it counts in that category. I have expectations in capital letters. I want you to reciprocate the love that I show you. I want you to be just as loyal and trustworthy as I am. I need you to be reliable. I have no problem texting you until you can voice chat. I have no problem voice chatting until you want a video chat. It is my intention to actually meet you, to make your freaking life wonderful. Your future is unwritten, and I would like to write mine together with my soulmate. If that sounds like something you're interested in, DM me. Age gap relationships are common, and I have had some. Whatever punishment I get for what I'm about to do, I'll accept without question and in good faith. I'm calling this crap out. 1. What's wrong with you for generalizing and degrading a whole ass gender? And 2. Alphas aren't real. Every time I hear it come from someone's mouth, I think of a crappy flawed version, unfit for public use. And 3. The rest of the message comes off as narcissistic and sort of serial killer-esque, despite the Cheeto dust encrusted keyboard vibe you give off. And 4. Age gap relationships are common, and I've had some. What the hell, no? You know what the word's called? Yeah, we started this by reading, I'm an alpha dominant male. Kinda knew it was gonna be bad from then on. Here I am, a stable man with a house and a vehicle and a stable job, and I can't even get a text back. Yet you go and lay with a dude whose only job is a hobby. I sincerely hope he actually steps up to the plate and bats 1,000. I wish you the best of luck in the future, and I would like to say that grandparents' rights aren't actually really a thing. That's a backup plan at the best. Yeah, but making your house and your vehicle your personality makes you look boring. So sad. You think someone mildly successful has their whole personality wrapped up in the fact that they're mildly successful? What a tragic human being you are. The less you brag about being a functional, responsible adult, the better you'll do. Yeah, oh, I'm a man and I have a stable job and a vehicle and a house, so why don't women love me? Like, yeah, maybe it has nothing to do with that. To all the women who hate to date nice guys and tend to choose alpha aggressive dudes, not saying that those would all cheat on you or beat you, but those alpha dudes might disrespect and break your heart. Alpha guys' behavior make you scream out of frustration, but a nice guy's behavior would put a smile on your face. On the other hand, a nice guy can still make you scream, but from healthy fun in the bedroom, if you know what I mean. With alpha guy, the only time he gets vulnerable and cries on your shoulder is when he can't get it up in the bedroom. Of course, because of his you-know-what addiction. You've only got one life to live. There might be no afterlife. Choose nice guys over the bully ones. What? What's the context to this? Like, why did they say any of this? I'm not trying to change anything. I'm offering to put out and still be as nice as always. Duh. I know, but you're my friend and I want you to be my friend. So what, friends can't get naked and bump uglies? Last time I checked, they can. Not if I want them to stay friends, lol. I don't have any friends that I just casually bang. It always just kills the friendship, usually sooner than later. I'm not going anywhere. That'd be on you. I know that. Man, I can't win then. First, you don't want to do stuff because you don't want to do stuff. And then you'll still do stuff. Just not with me because friend zone. Couldn't you just be okay with being my friend? I've tried to be more since I met you, literally from day one, and so patient, hence why I said naked time friends. Seems to be a good compromise between friends and more. It really doesn't seem unreasonable to me. Yeah, but I don't have naked time with friends, so tell me I can't win then? Why does winning have to mean horizontal mumbo? Well, it sure isn't the textual friend zone that spans years, because the explanation I was fed for years no longer applies, and now there's a new reason. I don't know what else to say, dude. You message me out of the blue and I give you the most truthful answers I have to offer you. If you can't live with that, then I can't force you to keep talking to me. That's out of my hands. If you want to be my friend, then great, but I don't owe anyone horizontal mumbo. I'm not obligated to compromise between friendship and relationship. I mean, I do think it's cool that I'm telling you how I feel and you're like trying to make me feel bad because we're not having the horizontal mumbo. And yeah, my reasons have changed because humans change, but this is what it is and you can accept it and be cool with it, or you can choose to not be okay with it and opt out of being my friend. I don't know what else I can say. And like, are we ever even going to be friends? Like friends that hang out without you making me feel bad because I should be offering you more? Well, if reasons change, logic says people change. If people change, that means I could likely be a stranger at this point, which would mean I fall under the realm of okay. At this point, no, I don't want it. I don't think you owed me. I do think it's lame how close-minded you are about it. You shut it down without even humoring the idea. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure somebody actually knows if they want to do this. Logic says people change. I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but if you're feeling bad, there's probably a reason why. Thanks for making it real, your way or the highway. At least I've always tried to find some kind of middle ground. But yeah, go ahead and paint me as the a-hole for trying. That's fine. Excuse the hell out of me for liking someone and not just wanting to use them. I'm feeling bad because you're totally coming across as manipulative. If someone says that they're not up for it, then you don't get to try and convince them that they're wrong for that. Whatever, dude. So I'm human and get frustrated when I'm shot down for yet more illogical crap? That doesn't make me manipulative. Yeah, like the top comment says, this was never a friendship. This was a waiting his turn type of thing. So yeah, at least you're not losing a friend when you cut him off. Yeah, it really does seem like that. Like, come on, you didn't even entertain the idea of having the horizontal mumbo with me. Like what, if they think about that more, they're gonna want to? I'm pretty sure they're gonna know if they don't want to do that. I'm growing tired of girls passing me over romantically, but wanting to remain friends, and then watching them date idiots and then having to console them when they treat them like garbage. Like there was an easy way to avoid this, but sure, I'll listen to you sob over another jerk. Yeah, but at this point, you shouldn't even be friends because you obviously don't want to be friends, and they deserve somebody that's going to be a friend, not somebody who's only a friend just in the hopes that they might sleep with them. Like, yeah, this is what friendship is. I'm searching for my ride or die female girl that knows her role as a girl. Stay away if you are feminist, promiscuous, baddie, you don't want kids, or you keep your exes as your friends. You're a moving red flag. I am respectful, understanding, supportive, loyal, and know my boundaries, but that has a price. No male friends. If you think that's toxic and insecure, please skip and find a simp. I'm not into one-night stands, neither in dating hoes. I'm in search for wifey material, not street material. I love how they're always talking about red flags. Like, bro, this is a red flag. About me. Do not match with me if you can't reply in a timely manner. Yeah, but what does timely mean? Like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or like 10 seconds? Make no effort to communicate, and yet you're all complaining that you can't find a genuine man? Haven't got time for flaky women who haven't got a clue what they're looking for. Only secure, genuine daters who appreciate a man's time and attention, please. I don't do drama and expect that from you. I'm an absolute gem. No baggage of any kind. Too good for most, to be honest. Her, you're just not my type. Her type? And what, are they mugshots? Wow, okay. You only go for the bad boys. You don't even want a nice guy like me who would treat you right. Yeah, okay. I knew we were gonna read some sort of bad Tinder bio today. I respect women. I can't find a girlfriend. Some of the guys I know are treating women like a piece of crap sometimes, though they do still get one. Some incels are purposefully rude to women, and then I understand why they don't get any. I feel like there's no place for guys that behave nicely. I'm also afraid that someone may overreact and think that when I'm nice to her that I want her her and she may be uncomfortable. Edit. The wording is horrible. Also, why are they laughing at me when I'm holding doors for them and stuff? What do you mean? Sorry, that end bit threw me off. Why are they laughing at me when I'm holding doors for them and stuff? Like, oh, there's no place in this world for a gentleman anymore. I'm simply too nice for this world. I feel like that's the vibe that this gives off. Been around the world. I like going on real adventures. I'm witty, charming, ambitious, and most of all, love to make you laugh and feel happy. Panty dropping smile and humble personality. Oh yeah, okay. And humble personality. Honestly, I probably just want to, you know what, you self-made, boss energy, and vet, pilot, and boxer. Holy, and humble personality. I can't believe they said that in the same sentence. Wow, that's amazing. Why do women have to lie? Every single woman I've spoken to says they want a nice guy who will treat them with respect and not mess them around. But no, in reality, they want the Chad, the bad boy who brings the drama, because the nice guy is boring. Whatever, I'm done with a lot of them. Enjoy your drama and disrespect. Just don't be crying to me when you have your hearts broken for the 20th time. You chose your bed, now suffer in it because the nice guy has checked out. Yeah, but think about it. What's nice about this? So angry and aggressive. Definitely not nice. Oh, what's that? You're dating a man that isn't me? He must be an awful bad boy because he has a partner and I don't. And I'm a nice guy that's better than every other guy, apparently. Why don't women want nice guys? That's what I want to know. Why did I choose to be that? Everywhere I go, I don't want to be nice that much is a fact. I want to have me a woman, but I don't have that. Women don't like nice, and that much is for sure. They only want the mean type, the type that is not pure. I've been single way too long with no end in sight. It seems like girls don't want good guys, and that's just not right. I'd love to write my woman a poem and tell her what I feel. I'd write a poem just for her, and that is just the deal. I'd make it known I love her so much. I want her to be my wife. I want her to spend all of her time being in my life. Yeah, well, why have you already given up? You know, if you genuinely feel like this, you'll find the person for you. You know, if you genuinely are trying to build a relationship with somebody and you are genuinely kind, then yeah, it's gonna happen eventually. Do you know how many people are in the world? Of course it will. Girls will friend zone a nice guy, but they'll let a guy like this ruin their life for years. Wow, okay. Like just putting that on somebody that they don't even know. And what about women that are in relationships and in love with men that are super nice and awesome people? You know, like now what? Is every single one of those men a bad boy a-hole? Of course not. And yeah, like the top comment says, if this guy's getting more girls than you, there might be something seriously wrong with you that you're refusing to address. When a man is handsome, educated, have money but still single, what could be the problem? When a man's an incel or a nice guy, that could be the problem. Yeah, but like what about personality? Oh my goodness, a man is handsome and educated and has money. Why are they single? Well, maybe they're an awful person. Like, what do you mean? Forgetting like the most important thing ever, which is how you actually are as a person. Yeah, like the top comment says, wait, what? You mean women aren't only superficial hive-minded biatches who only value looks, education, and money? Maybe it's your personality, you know? Like we've said all along. Yeah, that's so funny, but also concerning. Man has money and is handsome. Why are women not immediately all over him? You forgot a very important ingredient here. Personality. Okay, we're getting better, but not quite there. However, love, love, love the tats. Nope, beggars shan't be choosers, mister. You're beautiful. Does that sound like a beggar? And as far as what I want, what did you have in mind? No, it sounds like a compliment, thank you. I'm not interested in anything beyond friendship with anybody at this point in my life. That's what I need. There's too much to be fixed before I can date anyone, let alone sleep with anybody. I never said I wanted to date, but I'm open to being adults and having some fun. I mean, we're both adults and I think we would enjoy each other's company. Work with me here makes me feel that you don't really find me attractive, which is totally okay. okay? And to be honest, I just got out of a toxic relationship recently, and I want to get over all of that. I feel like you can relate to that by just having fun and keeping it casual. I never claimed to be though. You're a nice looking guy, but it isn't about you. Oh man, that really sucks. I'm sorry. I don't think we need to make a big thing about it. We're both adults. This sucks. I'm not making a big deal out of it at all. It's just like I don't want to be in any sort of entanglement. I know, neither do I. I just wish you didn't view it as a negative thing. There's too much negative BS in my life, and I'm not looking to start something or complicate anything. And I don't think either of us would allow that to happen, given both of our life circumstances. But now I sound like a beggar. Oh well, I tried. I don't see it as a negative. I don't want or need to have physical contact with anyone right now, especially intimate physical contact. Okay, I'm sorry for making you feel uncomfortable. Me, on the other hand, I'm embarrassed. I would be too, honestly. You would be embarrassed if you were me. I told you pretty clearly that I didn't want, and you persisted. That was rude and insensitive. Wow, okay, well that was pretty mean. Sorry again, good luck. I suppose because of all the other stuff that we read on here, I expected that to be way worse. But yeah, they said that they weren't interested in this, and it's almost like they didn't even see that message or something. Yeah, not good. I'm a misogynist. This is something I've been thinking about for years, and only a few weeks ago, I finally admitted it to myself that I don't really like women as people at all. Oh god, okay. Most of them in my life bring misery. Some are way too emotional and brought me down with them. Others just have nothing to say and they're boring. Why am I the only one who's supposed to make effort in building relationships? I feel like women are robots that are not capable of understanding me. I ruined my mental health over several women, and looking back, I think that I'm an idiot because they aren't even that pretty anymore, and I should have spent more time on something productive instead of losing sleep over them. And then there's my mum and the woman I used to work with, endless drama, toxicity, etc. I don't even want to get into it. Anyway, I just wanted to get this off my chest. I'm a misogynist and I don't want to be around women. Go ahead and downvote me and call me an incel. How original. You don't have to care about them, but on the flip side, if you don't care about anybody, then why should anyone care about you? Because I'm a great guy. I bring happiness in other people's lives. Yeah, but it's not very great to assume that every single woman in the world is the exact same awful person. What's happy and great about that? Like, yeah, obviously they've had bad experiences with women, but they've let that shape their entire view of women, and they think that every single woman in the world is like this. That's not the case, and also that's not nice or great. That's not the right way to think about it. Okay, stop being weird. Let's go get drinks. I'll pick you up. I'm at dinner. I'm not sure what you understand about I have plans, boob, but okay, fine. You're very serious about not hanging. Yeah, I have stuff to do this week. I made plans. I don't know what about that's confusing, boob. The plan was to move in with so-and-so. That's hilarious. That's a joke. Okay. I'm also being a little absurd because I know you're leaving for 8 weeks. Yeah, but in all seriousness, I clearly am bummed. Yeah, I'm very sorry about that. I think you might be confused on this situation, my friend. We are just friends. Lol, I know, boob. Do you have a boyfriend? You're the first girl to curve me and it's so interesting. That's surprising to me. To be fair, I was being a total crazy person this weekend and the gift killed it. Surprising why? This is good feedback. And no, I don't have a boyfriend, but I met someone I actually like. And because the persistent asking is borderline annoying and the ego is out of control, well, persistent asking is because I don't care since you're leaving forever. And I'm moving to Paris in September, so it's fine. And yeah, I'm extremely egotistical. It's my favorite trait. It's gross. Thanks, boob. That's fair feedback. When does someone's confidence become gross? When it's insecurity instead of confidence? Okay, I'm at dinner. Good chat. Oof, that was a bar. Well done, LMAO. The ego is only supported by intellect, but any mention of money stuff is obviously 100% insecurity. Bye, boo. But yeah, I think nothing of the money stuff. The reason I'm proud of myself is because of the work I've put into building my knowledge base. And for posterity's sake, yeah, I indeed liked you. Yeah, like this comment says, him calling you boob just reminds me of Drake and Josh. Open to developing new friendships. I'm a 26-year-old lady who likes to explore random places in so-and-so. I'm also an ELA teacher for 11/12th grade. I love dogs, so if you have a puppa, amazing. Oh nice, welcome. I may buy an apartment in so-and-so. Prices are looking low lately. Gotta find my own place and live independent. George Costanza situation right now. ELA, nice. Teachers are so underpaid. Boo! OMG, 11/12-year-olds, those annoying little wannabes. Watching TikTok all day and attention deficit little brats. No animals, they make noise and and poo all over the place? Who's got patience for that? And the vet bills, are you serious? Piece of advice, whatever you do, don't sleep with any guys. It lowers a lady's market value for future, oh my god, future committed relationships, as she remembers her past Chads and Tyrones who may be too good in bed, so she compares it to her current hubby, who may not be as good in bed, but protects and provides for her, and the devil tempts her to have affairs just to get back that old experience she had with Chad and Tyrone, and that's just disrespectful to marriage and family and God. For now, let's use our hands and toys, lesser evil. Get rid of dogs. Angels are no fans of dogs. Whatever is not asset is a liability. What else is on your mind? What are you passionate about? How do you decide who's friend worthy? As most guys want to be in the pants of a pretty girl after being in the friend zone. Sneaky little effers thinking they can get inside the pants of a girl after 2 meals. Watch out, looking out for ya. Wow, I did not expect that to go the way it went. That was so bad. And they even said Chad and Tyrone. They were fully committed to the incelness. Yeah, that's not good. Hey, I'm really sorry to hear about your breakup. Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have vented about it like that during raid. Wasn't very professional of me, lol. No, it's fine, really, it was my fault for pushing you to talk a bit about it, and I'm sorry. My heart broke when you started crying. I hate to hear your cute English accent all sad. It's okay, really. I guess I needed to get it off my chest since all that emotion came out pretty hard. Just really wasn't the time or place for it. I've apologized to so-and-so too. I will reach out to the other person tomorrow. Sure, don't worry about it though. That picture you posted on Saturday was super nice, by the way. Yeah, thanks. So, like, you think you're gonna look for another boyfriend or girlfriend soon? I don't know. It's kinda soon, lol. You know, I also have serious trust and emotional issues in regards to relationships anyway. It was crazy that the thing with so-and-so lasted as long as it did, especially with how manipulative he was. I just didn't want to see it until so-and-so sat me down and pointed out how clearly he was treating me like trash and talking about me behind my back. Yeah, and I mean, so-and-so always was a total freaking a-hole anyway. Like, look at me, I have muscles and a good job. LMAO, no brains or character at all. I always thought you deserved better when he kept treating you like crap, but I didn't want to say anything. But it'd be a shame if you didn't, you know? You got an amazing butt and breedable hips. Oh my god. No, I was not expecting that. Dude, what? I'm just playing, LMAO. That, okay, sure. Sorry. Yeah, what? I'm really sorry. I just think you deserve happiness because you're so cute and sweet and nice, and you just really messed up and damaged emotionally, which is understandable after all the crap you've been through. I just think you need a good man to hold you together and make you happy. You're so young and gorgeous, and I really want to be with you. I'm sorry, but this is really weird and sudden. I just broke up with so-and-so. I have trouble with romantic relationships anyway, and you're just someone I raid with. I've only known you for half a year. I don't feel that way about you. Sorry. Wow, so you just go for the dumb hot guys, huh? No wonder you keep getting your life ruined. You dumb blanking, you know what? Dude, what the hell is wrong with you? F off, C word, find a new raid group. I hope you get, oh my god, what? Wow, thanks I guess. Holy, did we just read that? How did they get so angry so fast? That's revolting. So you just go for the dumb hot guys, huh? So what, they're better off with somebody who says stuff like this to them? Are you joking? Ugh. Nice guys don't finish last. They finish in their hands. I said what I've said. I'm not saying that someone who's not crass or not a creep or nice is automatically entitled to getting laid, but the fact that so many women ghost or find nice, genuine dudes boring is very concerning. If being abrasive and a douche helps you be with a person that you find attractive, go for it. There's nothing wrong. And anyone who says otherwise is being delusional. I get more chicks by being indifferent and insensitive than I ever scored by the nice soft chocolate boy I was ever could. Speaks volumes, to be honest. Edit, to everyone that's saying that I won't be able to get a good woman in the future. No high value woman will want me, yada yada yada. Where have I mentioned I wanted something long term? I clearly put down my experience with the other gender and what happened when I made those abrasive changes in my life. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, like the top comment says, I'm not sure if this is true for this guy, but when I've met people in real life who think this is true, I've always found that when they say they used to be nice, what they really mean is that they used to put women on a pedestal, got too intense too fast, etc. When they say they get more women being insensitive and indifferent, what they really mean is they get more women by treating them like normal people. Yeah, Yeah, 1000%. And that's what this sounds like as well. Like, yeah, maybe people just want to be treated like a normal person. So indirectly, this is kind of good advice, I suppose. Well, I guess it kind of is, because if somebody doesn't know what being nice actually means, then yeah, it's probably good advice if they tell you not to be so nice. I feel like that's so common in stuff that we read. People not treating women like they're human beings, but treating women like they're just this different species. Well, Saeem has been put in a complete surprise of a maze of this beautiful girl. Saeem, the boy's hoper, pretty astonishing how he comes with such beautiful sentences in the heat of the moment, with the world watching. Now it's all down to the beautiful women. Will she want him or not? As the ref holds the whistle, will it be a yes or a no? It's all in God's hands now. Will this unbelievably attractive girl like him back? Well, that's the mystery that we await. If so, she will add the Snapchat. It all depends with her. The court is in her hands and the world awaits. Getting goosebumps just thinking about what might happen. Here goes nothing. Saeem heavy breathes for a miracle of hope. Will he be getting it or not? We shall see. How would rate this pickup line? Does it have a good chance to get with you, the gorgeous person? So they're talking in the third person. So that was meant to be a pickup line. Yeah, I feel like it's not a good pickup line if you have no idea it's even trying to be a pickup line. Also, we read pickup lines all the time. They're usually so bad. But yeah, I had no idea what we were just reading. I still don't. This one is for the ladies. I'm sure you women are always wondering what it's like for men in the dating world. Why do some men do and say dumb things? Why do some of them send inappropriate stuff? I'm gonna tell you right now, dating as a guy sucks. It's way harder than you think. First off, no matter what pictures or what things you put in your dating bio, you're gonna get ridiculed and rejected. A lot of times for things you can't even help, like your height or your job. Or you'll get rejected simply because you didn't say the right thing, or used a cliche but nice compliment. Now wait to the fact that there's a crap ton of unwritten rules that contradict each other. Don't DM women on social media platforms because that's considered rude, but you better DM first in dating apps or you're an a-hole. Your pictures are gonna get ridiculed for everything. Picture of you fishing. Oh, you're a sick animal killer. Picture of you working out at the gym. Oh, you're self-absorbed and an a-hole. Picture of you skateboarding or playing video games. You're immature. Now let's say by some miracle you actually match with somebody, which even for a good-looking guy might happen once a week. If you're getting more matches than that, you're either lucky AF or you lowered your expectations to near nothing. So now you got that ultra rare match that practically never happens. Well, guess what? Doesn't mean squat, because 9 times out of 10 they ghost you in the first 15 minutes. Even the women that say they never ghost will do it. Doesn't matter if you message first or said something nice or asked questions and showed interest. Some women are even so hateful that they make sure to tell you how much they think you're ugly or don't like you before they ghost you, despite you being nice and respectful. Then they'll block you so you can't even tell them how insanely rude and offensive they just were. And again, you're left wondering what you did. Yeah, but I mean, if you genuinely didn't do anything and somebody just starts insulting you, then yeah, you don't need that person. But I guarantee you not every woman does stuff like this. Of course they don't. So let's say you actually do get one that does talk, that does show interest. Guess what? More than likely she's talking to other guys as well, or she's not good at communicating because dating is not important to her. So you're constantly left wondering if you're being ignored or played or lied to, when in reality they're just not dating with intention. Most of the time they never even ask questions about you. Now I want you to try and imagine this. Imagine a dating world where your worth is not considered as great as a female, where you're almost never given a chance, and no matter what you do, almost nothing changes that. Lose weight, get big muscles, get a good job, go to church and find faith. Doesn't matter, you'll still be judged and swept aside by that one thing you can't help. Yeah, but judging by how angry this person is, if they bring even a little bit of this anger and resentment into the conversation when they're talking to women, of course it's gonna go bad. There have been men who have taken their own life for feeling unwanted and helpless and unloved by the opposite gender, despite being great men. Even the most unattractive women can get a date just by showing some cleavage and being promiscuous. May not be her dream man, but at least it's an opportunity to go out and try to form a relationship. Men can't do that. I'm not saying all this stuff to say that women are bad, only to give some insight of why good men are disappearing, why very few are looking for relationships anymore. I know it's hard on the women's side as well, I'm not disputing that. All I'm saying is most men would give just about anything to get the attention and dating opportunities that most of you women get all the time. A little compassion and empathy goes a long way. Just because it's modern times doesn't mean the way you treat people should be any different different than the way you treat somebody face to face. Sorry this was so long, and I'm sure I still left out a lot of horrible things that guys go through. But if you ladies made it this far, I'd love to hear your opinion on what things you go through so that we guys can know better. And no, this post is not about me. I'm just trying to give some insight on behalf of all men. Have a great Wednesday, y'all. Yeah, okay, like they describe people being awful, which 100% would happen, but there's no way everybody's awful, because if everybody is awful, you're probably playing a part in it. And if it is happening a lot, it probably has something to do with like this angry and resentful sort of attitude. Idaho was fun when I lived there. Boise. I couldn't settle though, because people, single women, hate these two things. One, men that are nice, and two, men that are self-sufficient and won't take their childish BS. Wow, imagine believing this. This is a load of BS, dude. Dating in Boise was trash in capital letters. Being black in Boise was great for finding women, but quality single women was not a thing. Idaho is still a huge part of my life. As I travel through Idaho often on my trips to SLC, I have family and friends there that I visit often, but Idaho I can't do as a resident. Idaho or Udaho. Such an unnecessary but funny response. They're like, hey, I can say something funny. Okay, I'm going to. But yeah, women don't hate nice men that are self-sufficient and don't take childish BS. That kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? Yeah, I'd prefer to talk for a bit first, to be honest, see if we even vibe. Yeah, I know, that's why I was trying to see you, and then we can hang out, and then we can get to know each other a little bit more. I'm just not comfortable meeting in person right away. It's nothing personal, but I've had bad experiences in the past, and I no longer feel safe meeting up with people that I don't know. Trust me, I can make you feel comfortable. Yeah, no, we don't need to hang out ever. Have a good one. Yeah, saying something like that is not gonna make somebody more comfortable. Like, oh yeah, baby, I can make you feel comfortable, trust me. Yeah, that's not comforting, because I wanna Hello, I have jokes. You wanna cuddle? What's wrong with you? Sorry, I was drunk last night. Lol. What you up to tonight? Nothing? Do you wanna hang out? What? Dude, I'm 44, not 24. I'm not into Netflix and chill crap. You've got the wrong girl. You wanna hang out? I don't even know what to say anymore. Really? Do you think I just sit around hoping that some guy messages me asking me to hang out when I've never hung out a single day with him in my entire life and literally haven't had a conversation with him in 20 plus years? Yeah, well, I don't know. You message me when you're drunk and desperate. I'm no one's plan D. At least pretend that you respect me. Jesus. Yeah, well, I'm usually drunk after work, but I've never treated you like anything but what you deserve. Sorry, I'm an a-hole, I guess. What I deserve? Yeah, you deserve a good man. How do I deserve any of this? I've never done anything to or with you. You ding-dong teased me back when you were 18, but it's all good. I just thought maybe you'd like to hang out. Oh my god, I never ding-dong teased you in high school or life since then, but keep on grasping onto whatever high school fantasy you've got in your head for the last 26 years. So what, you don't like to cuddle? Or do the oral diddly? Oh, grow up, dude. Seriously, stop. I love how from the very first message this was awful. Like, it didn't even start out fine and then get worse. It started awfully. Hey, what's up? Hey, I'm sorry we haven't found good timing to go on a date, but I've actually been seeing somebody else for a little bit, and it's been going really well. I'd like to see where it goes, so I'm not sure going on a date with you right now would be fair. Ew. Wow, that's a better response than I was expecting, lol. Yeah, like they're gonna go on a date now? You kind of a floozy, but I'm way better than that other guy. I don't know him by in every metric, but in every metric measurable, I'm better, so go ahead. Oh my god, that's such an awful attitude. Anybody who genuinely thinks that they're better than every other person, but actually says it, nah, that's hilarious. Wow, okay, in that case, I'm really glad that I never went out with you. Have a nice life. I'm sure he got to date you since he has way too much time to text you, so he's the convenient option. Oh, that's not arrogant, that's a fact. Whatever you gotta tell yourself. Wow, this is really bad. Why are you being mean? Do you need to put other people down that you don't even know to feel better about yourself? I really hope you can turn a corner and realize that life isn't out to get you. I could type
out all of the ways that you're wrong in your assumptions, but I think you're way too stuck in your own head to listen or believe me. I'm really sorry that you feel the way that you do, and I hope you can learn to be a kind and forgiving person. Gotta go, big day tomorrow. Probably won't have time to talk or text because, you know, making money and being important. No way! The second that the other person said something that was actually spot on, they're like, yeah, gotta go. But for real, having the attitude where you think that you're better than every other guy is not only completely not true, but it's so unappealing. And yeah, like the top comment says, gotta love his last attempt at negging you by implying that you were broke and unimportant. Yes, super rude. Question, if you had the keys to a pristine rare Ferrari, would you just trade the keys for another mystery set of keys? You know, I don't know. Having a pristine Ferrari, especially a vintage one if possible, is something I've always wanted, but I love a mystery. I'd want to know what the other keys were for. I suppose I'd have a serious internal conflict about deciding, so you'd risk losing a multi-million-dollar Ferrari for keys to you don't even know what? Could be a rusty 98 Civic. That's insane. There's almost nothing to gain a more rare Ferrari, and this is the problem. Cool, well, good chat. Alright. Yeah, oh my god, what? What do you mean? What? Let's play a game. What is your minimum standards to consider dating a guy? Minimum height, minimum income, education, age range, obese or no? Single or married? I'll reveal something fascinating at the end. Hangs dating to marry though. Yeah, so you can already tell there's no point even having this conversation. Like, no matter what you say, it's always gonna turn back to this. They obviously just want to argue. Yeah, that's quite a bit of stakes to put on a text game. It's 6 small answers. I'll do it. Alright. I asked you first. Height, 5'4", I guess, because I prefer them to not be shorter than me. Minimum income does not really matter to me, as I was raised to always keep finances separate. I don't particularly desire someone who's always asking for money, as I've done that before. Minimum education, either in or done with bachelor's or trade school if they have some sort of path in mind and are making strides towards it. Age range, 20 to 40-ish, maybe. Obese, I prefer someone at least as fit as me. Obviously single. It really all just hinges on whether or not I enjoy spending time with him, and if he makes me laugh and treats me well. So you don't mind paying 80% of the rent in a 1-bedroom apartment forever? Do you want to revise and be honest about income? Oh my god. These are bad today. We both know it matters. Your social lying is transparent. 10,000 a year. A part-time McDonald's fry guy for 12k. Why are you interrogating this person? Fine, I'd prefer someone who can go at least 50-50 on all things with me. I wouldn't like 80% of the rent forever, but 50% for some time in the apartment would be alright, while we both build our savings. And don't shame professions of any kind. I was raised to be better than that. Oh, don't worry, most women do this. Lie and say it doesn't matter. Oh my god, what's the issue here? What's with this attitude? Yeah, cool, that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I was raised to believe that you shouldn't shame anyone else's profession or what they make because you have no idea what their situation is, and you can't demand a service from someone while continuously degrading those who perform it. Yeah, so how many kids do you want? Do you want everyone to have their own bedroom? God, I can't believe how bad this is. I don't really want any at all. I'm not a parenting type. I've done these questions with over 200 girls at least. Yeah, I don't want any either. You literally have the lowest standards of any girl I've ever asked. Maybe the most realistic though, because the point is that most girls' standards are bananas, and the guy they want basically doesn't even exist. Yeah, I really just want someone who's equal to me and is nice and funny and caring and supportive. That's the kind of person I am. Girls don't want equals, they want superior. This is universal. Nah, I'd like an equal. No, you don't. Wow, telling them what they want? You want a man taller, smarter, older, which is normal. Men will date down, women don't. God, this is an awful attitude. I don't mind my men older, sure. I like to learn and they can teach me stuff. It's great. But no matter who I date, the exchange of knowledge can be reciprocal. And I don't care if a man's taller than me or not. It's really not one of the things that make me decide, oh, no way I'll talk to him. It's okay to acknowledge basic biology. You prefer it though. Oh my god, stop telling them how they feel. You're not right, dude. Yeah, men don't care. If all things were equal between two men, but one was 5'10" and one was 5 foot, who you choose? Everything is equal. They both make me laugh equally as much. They're both equally as smart. They're both equally just as kind. Yep, same face and name, same car. One's 5 foot and one's 6 foot. Big reveal. We're laughing at the cope to sound politically correct. Just answer. Well, as I said, I'd prefer someone at least my height. If you really wanted to make it impossible to decide side, you would have made the first one 5'4". Also, if they have the same face, there's no way they're not related, and I don't want to deal with that mess. Right, women want superiors, so I said. Why argue with me when I'm right? Well, you didn't really read my first answer enough to know how to actually make the decision difficult for me, so he has to be your height. Don't you see? Men don't care about height. We actually don't matter that. I didn't. Women prefer men who are better than them in multiple measures. Jesus, that was hard to get across. So would you have no preference between a woman who was 6'10" and a woman who was 5'6", but otherwise both the same? No, zero preference. But I know that women do, so if I pursue the one who's more likely to be open to me, here's why I asked about the Ferrari. There are 5 times more women on dating apps than men. Men swipe right 45%. Women swipe right less than 5% of the time, even though there are 5 times more guys. Yeah, fascinating. I wrote that wrong. Here's why I asked about the Ferrari. There are 5 times more men on dating apps than women. Men swipe right 45%. Women swipe right less than 5% of the time, even though there are 5 times more guys. Most men on dating apps don't get more than a match a week or a month. If a guy gets 5 matches in 1 week or a girl messages him first, he's the top 1% of the app. Women are all competing for the same guys. Women find 80% of all men unattractive and below average in looks. Alright, and this matters to me. Why? I guess it doesn't, except you're a girl on a dating app. My barbecue is here now and I'm getting ready to relax outside and watch movies. The other person isn't the one talking. Competition doesn't really matter to me. If I like a person and it's reciprocated, we spend time together, want to be together, then that's that. I really and truly don't care. Also, I don't just like men. I own a glamping resort in this location. Yeah, cool, but you take care of it. Good for you. Well, I built it. It's not even done. I can see that, but I bet you take good care of what's there anyway. Very cool. Sort of, I guess. Huh? Oh my god, what was the point of this? That was so awful. Trying so desperately to get them to validate their opinions about women and literally thinking that all women are the same. Yeah, like this comment says, he just wanted to argue. No matter what you say, he'd have an argument ready. And I bet my salary that it would definitely matter if a woman he liked was taller than him. Yeah, that was really bad. Oh my god, how old are you? You look young in the face, but you got a body of a lady. See, that's the big part about adding friends to Facebook. You can read, but you can't respond back. So what the hell do you accept my friend request then? Cause trust me, I'm good. You ain't all that you think you is. Because once they do you, they never knew you. Just another piece of me. Remember that? So I'm assuming they meant to say piece of meat. And yeah, all of this sort of contradicts you saying that you're good. They're insulting them because they didn't respond. What's nice about this? Well, I'm going to have a drink. Have fun. Thanks, you too. Do you want me to text you Monday? Yeah, sure. I wish you the best. Bye. Sure what? What do you mean? So they called them. Do you want to talk Monday? You asked me if I wanted to text Monday. I said sure. You then proceeded to blow up my phone at 2 AM when most people, and most definitely me, are asleep. Yeah, well, I definitely didn't blow up your phone. That's a bit dramatic. But talk to you then maybe? No, calling someone at 2 AM is a bit dramatic and I'm not about that kind of stuff. Okay, whatever you say. Anyway, you're blowing up my phone. I'm busy. Have a good weekend. I don't think I'm interested in talking anymore. I'm guessing that narcissist came up as a phrase to describe you at some point with your last relationship. When do you want to eventually see each other? I'm not narcissistic at all. I mean, I don't need you to be disrespectful to me. You said your piece about calling it too. I got you. Don't be calling me names. You don't know me. I never did. I just said I'm guessing that term was probably brought up as a way to describe you from your last partner. If it wasn't, it wasn't. If it was, it was. I still never called you anything. It was rude and not necessary comment. A bit petty, but no, it wasn't because I'm not. And that's the end of the conversation. Nah, wait a second. They said sure at 1:50 in the morning, and then pretty much immediately after they tried to call them, and then they said don't blow up my phone at 2 AM when people like me are asleep. I don't feel like this person's a nice guy. They messaged them at 10 to 2 in the morning. The other person got confused about what they said, so they tried to call them, but they only did it one time. Like, that's not really that bad, especially because it was only 10 minutes after they were talking. It's not like they were talking during the day, and then they randomly called them at 2 in the morning. Yeah, I don't feel like that's really a nice guy. Yeah, I think in my next life, if I can, I'll become a lashy boy and play with a lot of girls' feelings and hearts. I mean, if that's really what you want. If I'm just honest, no one will love me. Girls don't like to be treated like princesses. They like it when boys insult them. Oh yeah, people just love being insulted. Are Are you reading what you're writing? I mean, I'm seeing how much my friends talk bad to their girlfriends, yet their girls love them. That doesn't mean that women like it. Oh god, that's awful. Like, oh yeah, women love to be treated awfully. Is this just some ridiculous opinion I have? Yeah, but that's okay. Like, it doesn't even make any sense, but so many people believe it. It's kind of scary. It was great meeting you yesterday, Paula. You're beautiful and fun. We should hang out again next week. I'm glad that we got that first date out of the way so we can really get to know each other. We had great chemistry. That kiss was fire. I could kiss you all night. How was your day? Hi, Nick. I had a great time myself. However, in the chemistry department, there was nothing there for me. I don't ghost people or anything. Yesterday, I just had a really tough day. I hope you find your someone. It was great meeting you. Nothing there for me? Dang, that's a little harsh, isn't it? Lol, why kiss me then and say it was amazing meeting me? They were obviously trying to give it a chance, but if they're not feeling it, they're not feeling it. Why be such an a-hole when I came at you with such good vibes? Kind of disgusting behavior. Wow, they're not being an a-hole even a little bit, because for me, chemistry comes from a kiss, physical touch. I didn't feel it when we kissed, that's all. I was simply being honest about how I felt. Oh, go on, you know what yourself, you blank. You're fat and ugly, just being honest. Yeah, thanks love, have a great life. Wow, and they said the other person was being an a-hole? Like, what do you call this? Because it's not being nice and polite, that's for sure. Yeah, that's so bad. Like, what else were they meant to do? They literally gave it a chance and they didn't feel it. There was nothing a-holey about what they said. Oh, yeah, that's so bad. Hey, how come you didn't message me this morning? Hi? I thought we were friends now. I said I linked your dog's fundraiser to my friends. You thanked me and that's it? You just won't speak to me again? Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm juggling with a lot today and I'm worried sick about their dog, I suppose. So I still really appreciate your help. Yeah, I kind of regret it now, not gonna lie. I feel like telling my friends that it's a fake or something now. What the hell? What do you mean? The only reason you'd regret this is because you had expectations of the other person. This is already so not nice. What the hell? Can you not? This would hurt my dog, dude. Like, why? I'm just hurt is all. We had a nice conversation last night and you were nice. And now you don't even message me when I was waiting for it most of the day. Why? Was I a ding-dong to you? Was I mean to you? Was I like other men and called you names? No, I'm a decent man, yet it doesn't change anything for you. I might as well have asked you for nudes, LMAO. I haven't even messaged anyone. I'm just doing homework and sharing my dog's fundraiser. As you know, in animal pages, you're looking into it too much and you're kind of being mean and rude, so... What? You're acting crazy right now? How can you make this crap up? I bet you're crying your eyes out in front of your laptop screen. You're mean. No, I'm not. You're just trying to turn this around on me. You're being mean right now. What are you talking about? I saw that you were online. Yeah, I'm not an idiot, you broke-ass hoe. Whoa, okay, I'm done here. Sure, you're done. Are you gonna block me? Because if you do, I'll report your fundraiser for fraud. I don't give a blank about your blanking dog. Oh my god. Ugly biatches like you blocking me for no reason. Block, block, block. Such a coward, you-know-what move. Sigma king behavior versus a little biatch attitude. Nah, this can't be real, can it? Let's see who wins, dumb biatch. L. Fine by me. Reported your fundraiser. I'll check on it every day, and the day they take it down. Oh, and I will solo diddly in celebration. Hey, would you say that my boyishness is what's charming about me? I'm just asking all the girls in my message list. Not interested in you, just asking. What? That could be the most revolting and unhinged thing I've ever read. You think you're being a decent person when you're saying stuff like this? That was some of the most disgusting stuff I've read in so long. I'm lost for words. That's so bad. So unbelievably bad. Yeah, my bad, lol. That's embarrassing. Sorry about that, haha. Do you have a boyfriend? Come on, do you have a boyfriend? You must never get on here, lol. Hello? Why are you ignoring me? Oh, you seem like a biatch, a stuck-up one. Why? Because they're not responding? People don't have to respond, and it doesn't mean they're a bad person. All this is having an expectation of the other person and feeling like you deserve a response, which is the opposite of being understanding and kind, and it's pretty much just being entitled, and then when you don't get what you want, you get upset about it. Like, they're probably not a biatch, you know? Well, no, I meant I'm not like other guys. Okay, how so? Well, in multiple ways, not like other guys as in like anyone you've ever met. Care to elaborate? I'm curious. And And also not like other guys in the sense that they're all about sports and being manly, puffing their chest out. And while they may be into video games, not usually the casual type like how I can be. And all girls around here wouldn't even give me the time of day. Either that or emotionally manipulate me for their bidding because they know I'm a softie. Yeah, nah, this is bad. You need to be more open-minded. Like they kinda just said that they feel like all men and women are the same. How are you? I'm okay, working at the moment. Same place. Yep. So, I often wondered if you were single. I can ask it from a safe distance now, lol. I heard that you're not single, but hey, no harm in asking. You probably get asked a lot. Yeah, I do get asked a lot, and I'm very taken. We've been together over 5 years now. Oh, that's awesome. Maybe one day I'll find a nice gal, lol. Well, there are a lot of people in the world. Chances are you will. I didn't really have the hots for you, you know? I just liked your personality. Oh, well, cheers. You seem disappointed, lol. Ugly guy like me showing an interest in you. You could do worse, lol. No, not at all. I'm fine with being liked for who I am and not what I look like. Do you think I'm bad looking? Be honest. Don't sugarcoat it. We don't really know each other though. For instance, I don't know you well enough to comfortably answer that. Yeah, I respect that. Anyway, it doesn't matter what I think. It's funny. What is? Out of all the guys that go into that place, I was the least likeliest to want to do the horizontal mumbo with you, lol. Not true. I never saw you like that. Loads of people don't see me like that. Yeah, good. They have significant others. I didn't. Or are older and they see me as a mum or daughter figure. And then there's people who just don't fancy me. Well, you are pretty, just not go to bed with material. But your personality makes up for it. Okay, but hey, what do you care what I think? I'm just some random British guy. Yeah, not that much. Well, at least we know you don't fancy me. We? Question mark. Good to know. If slightly random, you and I is we. Even if I did fancy you, it'd not change anything. If you were single, then sure. We hardly even spoke. We don't even know each other. But you just said I was not your type. May I interrupt you? Okay, go ahead. I had thought about asking you out, but I figured I wasn't your type, and I never plucked up the courage, and rumors of you not being single. So, 1 out of 10, what am I? Oh my god, really? Back to this again? Okay. 2. Well, you're not my type. Ugly then, nice to know. I'm not saying that you're ugly. Oh, move along. I'm just saying I wouldn't be attracted to you. I'm sure there are people that would fancy you. Yeah. Wow, that was so confusing. Yeah, like this comment says, what the hell is this conversation, lol? Negging gone wrong? He read the manual backwards or something? Next time you ask me why I say we have different values, I'm gonna direct you to this conversation. It's not. It doesn't. You would say that we're having a conversation. You have your view. I have mine. Don't take my words too seriously. Just being casual with you. Talking like a man. Like if you want our view, I'm giving it to you. Don't hate me for it. I'm a nice guy. I don't know all men, but for myself, I know that I'm just normal and harmless. And whatever happened to complimenting a female? Like, why is that an issue? I'd kill for some woman to go and say something nice about me or sexualize me. I feel like women are so caught up and something lol. It is what it is. There's males and females on this planet, but we have different values, okay? You're speaking from a place of male privilege, so you wanting to be complimented or sexualized doesn't have the same connotations. Oh, and females with all their problems and complaints about how males are treating them. It doesn't apply to all the females either. Oh, okay, how males are treating them. It is what it is. I didn't do anything wrong to her. I don't know, dude. Don't tell me that we have different values though. Come on. Especially on the basis that I'm a man or thinking that way. Why does it bother you that we have different values? You seem to really hate when I say that. Because I want to share values with you. Because I really like you. I can exist with you. And I'm just telling you about my day and then you're telling me about men and all this other stuff. But I think we do share values. This doesn't mean that we have to meet or get mad or anything. But for the point's sake, I think we share values. I don't know this girl or her motives or your relationship with her. So maybe what you said didn't bother her and maybe to her it was harmless. But I'm just trying to explain to you that objectifying women and acting like they should be grateful for it isn't a value that I share. Saying women are caught up in BS demonstrates to me that you've never had to be afraid of predators the way that we have. And saying that because you know that you're not predatory means a woman shouldn't fear you is like asking her to stand blindfolded in a room with kittens and lions and pick one to take home without knowing which is which. Okay, rewind all that and think about a woman who hasn't been attacked or preyed on. Like just normal level. I didn't ask men to be freaking a-holes.
balls. I don't know any woman who has never been preyed on. Well, that's scary. I'm very non-abrasive and respectful. I literally don't know a single woman who's never been harassed by a man. I'm not exaggerating. I swear on my child, I've never had a woman answer that question with a no. Ah, chivalry must be dead. Context, he was telling me about how he called a co-worker 15 years younger than him smoking hot, and he didn't understand why she said it made her uncomfortable. He apologized to her and said she seemed to accept the apology, but he just couldn't get what the issue was. Oh, okay, that makes so much more sense. Yeah, like this comment says, telling a co-worker that they're smoking hot, be it a year older or the actual age difference doesn't even matter. That's highly inappropriate. Yeah, telling anybody that they're smoking hot in a work environment is super weird. Don't say it even if you're not in a work environment, but that's so weird. Like in this case, a guy saying it to a woman that's 15 years younger, but if they were 15 years older, it'd be weird. If it was the woman saying it to this guy, it'd still be weird. And yeah, it's kind of confusing that they don't see that. How women pick their men these days. Bad boy, looks like homeless, doesn't give two craps, disloyal. My man, nice guy. Smart, caring, loyal, hard pass. Wow, are you joking? Oh yeah, they always pass up the nice guys. You know, the nice and smart and caring ones like myself. Am I the a-hole for dumping my boyfriend who was moonlighting as my online bully? I wish I was lying, or at least motivated enough to sell this plot to Netflix. I, 23 female, have been plagued for the past year by mean, vicious personal attacks sent to my social accounts, my emails, and even my LinkedIn profile. They started off weird and cryptic and generally mean, but as time went on they got more personal, touching on fears and insecurities that I haven't told anyone close to me about. These started around the same time I met and started dating my now ex, 26 male. It was distressing as all the ways I would think to block this person didn't work. They found all new accounts and emails, etc. And the torrent of hurtful diatribes continued. On good days I'll just be mildly disgusted and I'd flick them into my trash, but on bad days I'd lay in bed reading them until my eyes hurt. My boyfriend provided me comfort on these days and generally would react very distressed when I told him about the new message. This weird, almost TV plot thing continued on as I felt more and more isolated because it was so ridiculous. But it got under my skin. This is where they messed up. He thought a good relaxation technique would be to try edibles. I had some before, but he'd never tried them. He fell asleep promptly after taking them with his laptop open. I don't snoop until I did, moving it to the table and seeing an open Gmail account. What? And reading the username and email associated with the account to be the same as my most current letter from this secret admirer. I started going through the emails and accounts, fake Instagrams, and even Google numbers, all linking back to, well, I guess him. So now I'm sitting there, reality shifting under my feet, while he's sleeping behind me on the couch. I woke him up with a hard shake and I threw the laptop into his lap, asking what the hell I was looking at. I locked myself in my room and I kicked him out in the morning, sober, and we haven't spoken since. My phones and emails have been quiet for the past 2 weeks, except for a few texts saying that his only intention was to show me that he's a good caregiver and wanted to associate him with comfort, and that I'm an a-hole who doesn't understand him. I feel for him and everything on paper says we should work, but I don't feel like this is something I can look past. How will I ever know what's real? What the hell did we just read? What even was that? Yeah, like the top comment says, did he also set the house ablaze to prove that he's a good firefighter? And yeah, that's not something that you can look past. You shouldn't feel bad about breaking up with this person. I'm pretty sure it goes without saying that you should be with somebody who doesn't do stuff like this. How do I get a shot? Greetings. A shot, lol? Yes, I was really interested. Open to a friendship and maybe a relationship. Are you open to it? Cause tonight would be a good night for a date. So you're not interested enough to see if I'd answer? Okay, be rude. Wow, this is already off to a bad start. They haven't done anything rude. Okay, be desperate. Not desperate, you're extremely rude. You ignore and you ignore and you ignore, and I bet talking to other clowns either can't give me the time of day or not respectful enough to say that you're not interested. You're not hot crap. Stop acting like you're better than people. Oh yeah, because they're gonna go on a date with you now. Oh my god. Claims that she wants respect but doesn't respect others. That's not how it works. Being an ignorant woman isn't a flex. You lack accountability and respect. If you're here for friends or whatever, maybe don't just do into the simps who tell you that you're hot crap. Oh my god, and you're calling the other person rude? This is so rude. I offer more than any clown who's ever been in your inbox or ever will, so you're the one who misses out for being rude. I wasn't desperate. I've gotten laid. I don't have have issues getting women. I just want someone who isn't going to be a stuck-up biatch. But surprise, surprise, you're also stuck up and think you're too good for me. Oh my god. And you've come to this conclusion from the very few messages that they've sent. There's nothing more rude than jumping to conclusions like this and saying that the other person is a stuck-up biatch for no reason. Lol, yeah, you definitely aren't desperate, and you definitely respect women and communicate effectively. Woe is me for having missed out on such a stand-up guy. Yes, says the one who ignored me. I'm not disrespectful. This has been nothing but disrespect. You're the one who was rude and won't accept accountability. I'm not desperate because I don't beg for crap. Go talk to your simps in your inbox. None of them are better or will ever be better. Not ever. No one offers what I offer. I'm a damn good pharmacy technician, amazing father, bomb-ass cook, perfect in bed. Oh god. Know how to use my equipment. Actually good at communicating when the other person isn't an ignorant jackass who doesn't take weeks in between responses. I'm a legit daddy dom. I know more about kinks than anyone in Springfield, so yeah. You won't find anyone who brings as much to the table as I do. Yikes on bikes, my dude. It's giving whiny bottom energy. It's giving incel. It's giving me the ick, to be honest. I've seen toddlers with more emotional regulation than you've displayed yelling into the void here. If somehow this is a weird desperate cry for help out of whatever delusional incel world you've built yourself, you should probably call the number below and get some help, bud. Okay, go be an obese and a -1 on the scale and let losers keep, you know, whatting with you. Oh, fat jokes, adorable. You're such a big, strong man, big brain. Wowee. You're so good at being a thirsty little biatch for this obese -1. Really though, gold star, buddy. Still better than the Simpson losers that you let sleep with you. Most of the men on here are cheaters. You talk a lot of trash for someone behind a screen. I doubt you'd say this to anyone's face. Man, you seem to be really obsessed with these theoretical Simpson losers. That's weird, bro. Please do tell me what you would do if somebody talked back and called you out on your creepy crap in person, huh? I wasn't creepy. I messaged and I asked you if you were interested, and then you proceeded to ignore me for no reason, and then started running your mouth like an ignorant clown. Just because somebody doesn't respond for a while doesn't mean they're ignoring you. Oh my god. I wasn't creepy. I asked how I could get a shot with friends or something, and then you figured that you were too good to respond. Bad news bears, bud, but newsflash, you're not entitled to anyone's time or attention. Though I'm sure that you've enjoyed the crumb that you've received from me tonight. This has been fun though. I enjoyed seeing a grown man throw an absolute tantrum because he was told no. God, I hope you don't find anyone that you're able to fool. You're not a dom, you're a predator, and have the day you deserve. Wow, what a conversation. That was a roller coaster ride. And yeah, because they didn't respond for probably not very long, they take it personally and completely flip out and start calling them names, which they obviously don't realize is not nice. Quite the opposite, really. The name of the game is Tell Me Something I Don't Know. If modern women would simply just stop spreading their legs for every Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray they see, and give more deserving men a chance, the dating marketplace wouldn't be so messed up, and a lot less men would be misogynistic towards them. I said tell me something I don't know. Yeah, see, once again, blaming women for this. It's women's fault because they don't pick nice guys like me. There are women out there dating nice guys, dude. Like actual nice guys, you know? Good afternoon. Have you ever been in a long-term relationship with a 6'5" tall, handsome, experienced gentleman and dom who ate and blanked and dominated and treated you the way that you deserve to be treated? Protected you? No, sir, I can't say that I have. Listen to me, Peach. I'm looking for a serious and long-term monogamous relationship that incorporates BDSM and kink. I want a woman who is attractive, honest, faithful, submissive, intelligent, loyal, freaky, kinky, open-minded, sexually, affectionate, has nice body, oh god, I can't say that, is caring, sweet, and hardworking. Now, I'm all for getting to know a woman. However, I want a woman I can get to know as well as being intimate with. I've been single for the last 7, going on 8 years. I'm a man, and a man has needs. I'm not the type to get to know one woman but still have horizontal mumbo with other women. That's not me. If I'm going to be doing the horizontal mumbo, it's going to be with a woman I'm working on being in a relationship with. So if you're interested, let's continue chatting and see where things go. If not, no hard feelings. Either way, it was nice talking to you. Later, sweetheart. Hey, that sounds nice, but it's not where I'm at in life right right now. Thank you though. I said I want an attractive, intelligent woman. You're not attractive or intelligent. Oh my god, they didn't even say anything bad. And you're insulting them. No tall, handsome, financially providing man wants a fat, white, dirty, stink pig. Oh god. Like you, when he can get a skinny, pretty, young, blonde, white girl. What? And yeah, they reported them. As they should. Oh god, that was so awful and completely out of nowhere. Like, did they mean to say that to this person? Given what they were talking about, their response doesn't even make any sense. Where did that come from? Okay, so a bit of context for the next one. For a bit more context, this guy messaged me first, and after a couple of messages, basically started to demand that I tell him what happened in my last relationship. When I said I didn't want to talk about it, he said he needed to know if he could judge me and what I did in said relationship, whether I was a cheater or I didn't put the work in. I told him that it was offensive for him to demand all that information and that I wasn't alright with him judging me for stuff that happened in the past. They cheated on me multiple times over the course of 5 months and we broke up mutually, for anyone that's wondering. And the guy answered with this wall of text. I told him I didn't read it because I wasn't interested in BS. So he called me ignorant. I told him it wasn't ignorance, just unwillingness to put up with BS, and proceeded to block and report him. You ever heard a saying, women interested in man's future, men interested in woman's past? Well, most realist men going to ask you questions about the past, unless they don't care and they're going to cheat on you anyway. I will tell you like this, most real men, yes, we do judge because finding real love for us is an investment, and we look for a woman we can respect. To us, we can't respect a woman who doesn't respect herself 100, which means we real men don't date cheaters or liars. We don't date strippers or hookers. We don't date women with a high body count or women who've had a threesome or friends with benefit situation, because like to me, if a woman ever considered freaky type behavior, then it's a higher probability that she'd consider that in the future and ruin the relationship. Do you want an investment which fails? Obviously, we can't let y'all pay on the date because traditional men who raise correctly know since childhood that they have to like pay on each date to take y'all out, which all leads to one thing, an investment, which we do from day one. So am I wrong to judge? No, I'm not wrong for having standards for myself. For me, even if a woman was a stripper 10 years ago, my family would never accept that woman because I come from a traditional household. When a woman chose to disrespect her body, we can't have respect for her. Look, everything I said up then, you'll know that's how all real men, like me, I never accepted friends with benefits. I never even thought of having threesomes. I never cheated or lied. And all my horizontal mumbo came from place of love and relationship. So I'm a high valued man who respects himself. Wow, okay. Yeah, the whole high value stuff, it's the exact same as the nice guy stuff. Like if you were a nice guy, you wouldn't have to tell people that you were a nice guy. And if you were quote unquote high value, you wouldn't have to convince people that you are. Yeah, this is a weird attitude. Yeah, this comment, this is when the best response is K. Girls don't want a nice guy. They want a mean guy who has a soft spot for them and only them. Yeah, I don't know. The second you start saying that every person wants something or every person is only interested in a certain type of person, I feel like you're kind of immediately wrong. Like, obviously not all women want one sort of person. Hey girls, just a reminder, if you're feeling cocky today, 99% of females are chasing the top 2% of men. Odds are you're part of the 99%. You're replaceable and you're not special. Humble yourself or keep dating the beta boys. Us 2% don't want you. Oh god, cringe. No, don't post stuff like this. Like the second before they post stuff like this, they need to be like, wait a second, is this a terrible idea for me to post something like this on the internet for everybody to read? That right there is a prime example of when a woman say, there are no good men left. The two a-holes are crappy men and the first man is a decent human being. Sleep with the nice guy, ladies, they're still out there. If you choose one of the a-holes, please don't ask yourself why he isn't a good dad or partner. Hi. Hey, is this so-and-so? Yes. Do you want to go on a date with me? Lol. I know it's kind of random. Lol. Sorry, lol. I'm not a creep, I promise. Hello? Did I do something wrong? No, I'm sorry. I'm just not interested. Okay, I'm not mad, but can you tell me why? I'm just not looking for anything right now, but I'm flattered. It doesn't have to be a huge thing. One date. I guarantee I can change your mind. It's nothing personal. Fine then, lol. Have fun dying alone. LMFAO. Biatch. Is this a real conversation? Are you joking, dude? They literally just said it's nothing personal. Glad I didn't. You obviously have some personal problems, and they respond to that with a flipping them off emoji. Can you just tell me why? I'm not even mad. I just want to know. But they literally just said they're not interested in anything right now and it's nothing personal. So it's nothing that you did, dude. Like, don't take offense to it. They obviously don't want to be with anyone. But yeah, telling them they're gonna die alone, that's a good idea, isn't it? My intentions will always be pure. I have no desire to be a crappy person. I am a sincere, romantic gentleman, not a douchebag piece of crap. I wish somebody would notice and recognize me more as a good guy with a good heart, compared to the trash and filth and disgustingly ugly garbage type of dudes that other people choose over me, thinking that's what love is. This whole world is backwards. Being an a-hole gets you what you want and gets a love they don't deserve, while being a good guy gets you the feelings of being alone and unloved and not getting the love deserved. It's honestly heartbreaking. Looking for a girlfriend? Right, okay, so you are assuming that every single a-hole in the world has a girlfriend and that women just love a-holes or something, and you see nothing wrong with this logic? Bro, that doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, being an a-hole gets you the woman of your dreams and makes you happy? Since when, dude? I've never known anybody that's been an a-hole that's been in a good relationship, or for that matter, anybody who's been an a-hole and women loved them. Like, yeah, I'm sure there are people that fit this narrative, but it's a fantasy to think that everybody's like this. Nice guys in a nutshell. Nice guys before asking a girl out. Nice guys after getting rejected by the girl. Yeah, and then wondering what went wrong and getting even angrier because they don't know what's going on. And then, yeah, blaming the other person. Send a photo of you in PJs. What the hell? How did you get that picture? I have my ways. Relax. I just saw your Instagram. Wait a second. So they sent them a photo of them? Oh, yeah, that's not creepy, dude. I never gave you my Instagram and it's not connected to my profile. Why are you so worried? I just took your picture and Googled it. It's not that hard. Oh, so now you're not replying? Jesus Christ, you women are so paranoid. I'm not gonna do anything to you. I just think you're really pretty. Fine, your loss. Yeah, see, if this was on the Am I the A-hole subreddit, I think we know which direction it'd go. Like, yeah, you messed up in this situation. That is super creepy. And saying, I'm not gonna do anything to you, I think you're just really pretty, also doesn't help because they didn't say anything like that. And now what? You're putting that idea in their head? Yeah, not good. I'm basically an anti-natalist. I recommend this YouTuber if you want to go down the rabbit hole on the subject, lol. The world is definitely going to hell and it's depressing. Here's one of their videos. He goes in detail of what you're talking about. It's a really good rant, trust me. I'll definitely check it out. I've been on anti-natalism side of Reddit for a while now. That's awesome. Both my family and co-workers judge me for having those views. For some reason, people are constantly asking me about my love life and kids, lol. I honestly hope you do check it out. I guess you'll know if I'm your type or not after watching it, because I agree with everything he says, lol. I wish women that looked like you weren't so stuck up and ego-driven. Life is seriously messed up, lol. Oh my god, what? Where did that come from? Like, having this attitude is ruining your chances before you even get any chances. Like shooting yourself in the foot. I don't know what implied that I'm stuck up or ego-driven, but I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm not sure what you mean by women that look like me. I guess you just mean decent looking. When I was scrolling through profiles, I realized that you blew me off. To answer your question, yes, I mean decent looking. I wish social media didn't exist because women like you get messages from guys constantly. You're constantly jumping from one guy to the next, searching for the best option. Of course, you'll choose some alpha male a-hole when you could have dated a nice guy like me. Oh my god. Bro, you literally just said, I wish women that looked like you weren't so stuck up and ego-driven. Telling somebody that they're stuck up and ego-driven for no reason is not a nice thing to do. You don't want a guy that gets excited to spend time with you and feels grateful to have you. You want someone that doesn't give a crap about you and can easily replace you. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, we're animals. Actually, I want all of those things. Yeah, a lot of people are saying it in the comments, but it's definitely a self-sabotage sort of thing. Like, this was so unnecessary. You could have just asked them something else and not said any of this, and it probably would have been fine. What do you think would have been the most fun scenario tonight? Hey, yesterday was awesome. I agree, with one exception. You should have slept with that hot guy, lol. Which one? The hot one? Lol, okay. Remember him? Do you know which one I'm talking about? Was he sitting behind us? No? You don't remember the hot guy? No? Which bar? Oh, they're talking about themselves, aren't they? You spent all afternoon and night with him? Lol. You may have learned some things? Lol. Are you mad at me for saying that? I mean, it wasn't really appropriate, but I'm not mad, just tired and hungover. Well, it's kind of natural with the time we spent together, don't you think? Not looking to start a relationship, but we could both have fun rather than both striking out. Lol. There was no other attractive people for either of us last night, and I guarantee I'm better than most you've been with. Better body than most too, lol. Oh my god. I'm not into you like that. I didn't mean to give you the wrong impression. Sorry if I did. No, you didn't give me any wrong impression. I'm just saying that if we're each other's wingman and we strike out, we could both do a lot worse than each other, lol. Yeah, I don't know, starting this by saying you should have slept with the hot guy, lol, while referring to yourself might not have been the best idea. I never comment, but you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I know you'll never see this, but I'm the only one here who would actually treat you how you deserve to be treated, like the queen that you are. But alas, you are probably already in a relationship that you secretly hate, but you can't break free due to family pressure or fear of physical retaliation from your lover. Let's just get away from all of this. DM me if you want to make the most of what we have left of this so-called life. Please notice me. Wow, so negative. Like this so-called life. And assuming that they're in a relationship that they hate. Bro, what? And they're responding to a photo on Discord? Yeah, I'd like to imagine this isn't real. This next one says, this was an answer to a Quora ask from a woman asking how to get her husband to stop being so aggressive with her during the horizontal mumbo, because somewhere along the line you made it known that that's what you like, or another girlfriend from his past did and that's what he feels you want and thinks that you like what all women want. All women like the mean looks, the assertive, the confidence, the aggressive, the manly man, the he-man, the macho man. Oh my god, what dude? The Mr. Right? Women have trained all men for what women want. The mothers teach the boys how to be a man or how to treat a man. The father listens to the wife, or oh my god, what am I reading? Or a woman and helps make it so, but then when again man is not sensitive, you only have yourself to blame. Did they write this in like a fit of rage or something? Because you made him a man, you expect him to be a man? Your idea of a man is what's hurting in the relationship? I'm not talking about bathing a man, I'm talking about sensitivity, feelings, creativity, softness, niceness, a loving, caring kind. Not macho man when women only go after bad boys. What do you expect? When there's so many good men around, lonely, the boys see this and become mean bad boys? Because that's what women want. Bro, it's what you think women want. Like, how's this attitude working out for you, you know? And that's what they go for, whether they say they want it or not. They end up going for it and leaving the good guy alone, or a friend, or just a hook up, a one night stand, but we'll be friends. I don't look at you that way, but we'll be friends. What does that do? It makes him be just like the bad boys. Oh my. That was an absolute roller coaster and so hard to read. Yeah, like the top comment says, punctuation is your friend. But yeah, if there is a problem here, it's looking at women as if they're all one woman that acts the exact same way. It's like, oh, she's a woman, so women do this, 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 and this, and women all act a certain way. Like, they're people, dude, and everybody's different. I just don't get how they don't realize that thinking like this makes their own life so much harder. Indeed. Instead of tapping my fingers and claiming to be a good person, I save women in real life, and Twitter has its evidence. I care about women. I just don't care about your double standards and propaganda. First you say that men don't care about women's safety, and then you subtly try to troll someone who actually makes a difference. Don't blame us when men like me start a havoc, seeing how ungrateful you guys are no matter how much we try to help. Oh yeah, because that's what a nice person would do. Threatening people isn't nice, dude. Like, don't blame us when us nice guys aren't nice anymore. Broads think that being rude and disrespectful is cute. Better watch how you talk to us unless you want to end up on Dateline. Bro, what? She has a boyfriend in this? You need to talk to a therapist if you think rejection is a reason to harm someone in any way. Yeah, what? Women will never appreciate what it takes to be bold enough to introduce yourself to a stranger and make it happen. However, they should appreciate it's probably how they got their first kiss, first boyfriend, husband, child, etc. Women introduce themselves to strangers, and also not all women want boyfriends. It's not rude, it's setting boundaries, and being a woman means you gotta set those extra boundaries so men don't get the wrong idea. Right, until you're 32 and no man wants you, and you cry yourself to sleep every night. Yeah, modern day females, and they wonder why they live in a house filled with cats and resent the world. It's like, you put yourself in those conditions, honey, be mad at yourself. Somebody else using living living with cats as an insult? Yeah, like the top comment says, okay, but all the women I know who live alone with cats are quite happy. It's literally only the men who are bitter about it. Yeah, or think it's an insult when it's not. You look fit AF in your new profile picture. Ta, you want to go out for a drink next week? We've been through this. I'm married. That doesn't mean we can't have a drink as old friends. If you wanted to just have drinks as friends, that would be fine. But you always cross the line and get flirty and touchy-feely. I'm not comfortable with that. Crap, but how can I not want to touch that body? You can't wear tight outfits like that and not expect a normal man to touch you. It's called respecting people. So we meet for drinks or what? What the hell, lol? No, and to be honest, I'd appreciate you not saving my pictures. I'm sorry, but I love my husband and I don't want to be mates with someone who doesn't respect his and my relationship. I hope your job interview goes well and you do well. Effing blank, I'm going to do the you know what to your pictures. I give you compliments and give you attention, and you bore me off for that guy who treats you like crap. You're so full of crap walking around like you're God's gift when your husband treats you like crap when he should be showing you off and showing you the high life. This is why I never get into it with you blanking females. You're just users. Oh no, that's awful. Do they even know the husband? They probably don't even treat them bad. Ew, what a revolting attitude. She has me blocked on Facebook, but not Snapchat or my phone number, so I'm still liking my chances with her. What? What is it with girls who are interested in me yet have me blocked on Facebook? Like, why? I swear I'm a nice guy. They're joking, aren't they? Like, you can't say something like this and not be joking, right? Like, oh yeah, I still like my chances with her, even though they've blocked me. Creepy 6-year-long nice guy story. My experience with this guy spanned over the course of about 6 years. It started when I was a freshman in high school and he, let's call him Jay, was a sophomore. We were in marching band together and I was probably the quietest, most awkward girl you could ever meet. Jay was super friendly and tried to make friends with all the freshmen, especially the girls. We were on friendly terms, but not the best of friends. Someone had told me that he had a crush on me, but I brushed it off because it was well known that he had crushes on all the younger girls. I thought that was just his thing and found it really creepy. Fast forward to when I was a sophomore and started dating another guy in band. Jay got weirdly protective of me and tried to show up wherever we were hanging out, making bad excuses each time for why he had to be all up in our space. I always kept him at arm's length and tried to let on in my awkward shy girl way that I didn't like him invading our privacy, but he never really got the hint. After the guy and I had broken up, Jay swooped in almost immediately and asked me to a dance that had been happening around the same time. I told him no, that I wanted to go with friends and be single for a little bit. His mum and my mum were volunteers for the marching band together, and I guess he told his mum about what happened, who in return told mine, because my mum talked to me soon after, basically saying that she's always gotten a bad feeling from him and that she was happy I turned him down. Fast forward next year to my junior year, where I was elected flute section leader and he was elected percussion section leader. We were pretty much forced to exchange numbers for our leadership responsibilities, and oh boy did he take advantage of that. He'd constantly text me and try to get to know me and swear up and down that he just wanted to be friends with me. No ulterior motives. My dumbass believed him. We found out that we liked the same music and both liked comic books and movies, and he took this to mean that we were soulmates. He'd find ways to compliment the way I looked, which did and still does make me uncomfortable, and give me long hugs that always lingered a little bit too long. It made my skin crawl. For a while I felt like a biatch because he was always so nice to me, but I genuinely was not into him and he always gave a weird vibe. I figured out why when I started dating another guy in band who wasn't Jay, and things came to a head. I had literally been dating this guy, I'll call him A, for 24 hours, and the entire band found out because it was over the course of a trip to an out-of-state competition. I hadn't told Jay personally because I hadn't told anyone personally, and people only knew because someone had started spreading rumors. A was really nice and I liked him a lot, but I ended up having to break up with him after 2 days because Jay had texted me acting hurt that I didn't feel comfortable enough to tell him, and then had subsequently texted A saying that he'd liked me for years and threatening that if he didn't treat me well, he was going to end up in little pieces at the bottom of the river. I decided to cut my losses and end the drama by breaking up with A after 2 days, which I still feel bad about. I finally stood up for myself and I gave Jay an earful, saying that I wasn't into him and that if he threatened another one of my boyfriends again, I would make his life miserable. He backed off after giving the whole, but I'm a nice guy and I can treat you better than any of these meatheads spiel, but he ended up graduating that year without another incident. That's not where it ends though. I got accepted to college about 8 hours from my hometown, and I didn't know anyone else going there as my friends were all going different places. Jay was still friends with people in our band, so when we had our end of year banquet and our band director announced where all the seniors were going for college, Jay was there, and it turned out he was going to the same place I was. He waited to message me until I was settled into my new dorm at the start of the school year and said that he was sorry that he made high school so uncomfortable for me and that he had a girlfriend now, and then he offered to meet up with me and show me around campus at some point so I'd have some new company at this new school. I was lonely and desperate for human interaction, so I agreed, thinking that he'd changed and that he wouldn't make any inappropriate moves since he had a girlfriend. I was wrong. The day before we were supposed to meet up, he sent me this long text about how he was in love with me and had been since I was a freshman, how much it killed him seeing me date other people, how that he was only dating his girlfriend to get over the pain of rejection from me, and that since he was so nice to me, I deserved to give him a chance. I turned him down firmly and clearly saying I never thought of him that way and I never will. I blocked his number and all of his social media and I went about my business. So this is where it got even more creepy and intense. I saw him walking one time going the opposite direction on the way to one of my classes. It didn't look like he saw me and I prayed he didn't notice me. He must have followed me or something, because for the next week or so, he started showing up everywhere on my way to classes, even showing up in front of my dorm in the mornings when his dorm was a few streets out of the way from mine. He'd always be on his phone, but he'd follow me at a safe distance, always 3 or 4 people behind me. I got so paranoid that I ended up getting pepper spray just in case. One day I saw him after literally every single one of my classes and in front of my dorm 3 different times when I go out to get food or go to the library. I'd see him as if he'd been waiting for me there all day. Each time I'd practically sprint back to my room, making sure to shut the key activated door behind me so he wouldn't be able to get in and see which room was mine. I called my mum sobbing and told her what was going on and how scared I was, and she convinced me to essentially get the school's version of a restraining order against him, basically showing the front desk of my building a picture of him and getting him banned from entering the premises. The day after I got him banned from my building, I saw him one more time going to one of my classes. He looked like he was actually going to approach me this time, so I conspicuously grabbed my pepper spray so he'd see and know what I was doing. He backed off and I didn't see him for a few years. He came into my work with his girlfriend a few times a couple of months back, but he acted like he didn't know me and I haven't seen him in a few weeks, so I'm hoping this passes without another incident. Oh god. Ew, that's so awful. I don't even know what to say. That's so gross, and you were so clear every single time. But no, they still don't take a hint or give up. Yeah, that's really bad. So I've been talking to this girl for ages. We met at a uni a few months ago and I got her number through a friend and started texting her. Oh, so we're already off to a bad start. And I found her social media. She was pretty unresponsive, but I know that's how women act nowadays. Thanks to leftism and feminism, no, they just don't want to talk to you. They act hard to get and reject nice, caring guys. Yeah, because they're not interested. Anyway, soon she stopped replying and blocked my number and social media accounts. I made a new Messenger account and messaged her. She's still not replying. Yeah, what, and you can't take a hint or something? Stop talking to him. And her friend told me she's kinda creeped out, and I'll admit I found her address through the white pages, so I don't know if I should just show up at her door. Please help a brother out. I'm lost for words. Just to read what you just said. What? That's the most creepy, terrifying thing ever. Not something that a nice, caring guy's gonna do. And that's pretty obvious, isn't it? Don't be so dramatic, says boyfriend who punches walls. Looks more like she's been covering her ears to not listen to anything he had to say, so he had to punch the wall to finally get her attention. I'm a little bit confused. Are you analysing a stock photo used for an article from a satirical online magazine? Yeah, let's all just take a moment to appreciate how a completely fictional man can exhibit abusive behaviour in a hypothetical universe that exists solely to mock this behaviour, and somebody out there will still bend over backwards to defend him, while also suggesting that punching a wall is a rational thing to do to get someone's attention. Yeah, what? Yeah, well, if you ask me, it looks like the woman's fault. And yeah, you don't punch walls to get attention, dude. I'm pretty sure that goes without saying, doesn't it? Trying to find ways to blame women in a hypothetical situation, that's really bad. Met a girl last week. She was supposed to come over for dinner, but choked last minute. Sucks to be her. Went all out butternut squash soup that I made. not the box stuff. Barbecue chicken crapadier, nice garden salad with the fancy dressing, and a peach crisp with ice cream for dessert. Also had a nice bottle of wine, but I'll keep that for next time. Took some pictures and sent them to her. See you next Tuesday. Cheers, everyone. Wow, so calling them a C word because they cancelled? Yeah, that's not a good sign, dude. The top comment says, I checked the comments on the original, and Buddy goes on to insult her and say that he never thought the relationship would work out, but implied that he wanted her to come over and get her drunk. The girl definitely made the right choice by not going. The odds of getting forced into something uncomfortable was high. Yeah, like, is it a first date or something? Yeah, I met a girl last week and she was supposed to come over for dinner. Yeah, maybe they don't want to be alone with you in your house. Go out for dinner or something. Like, would you want to go to some random person's house that you barely even know and be in a pretty vulnerable situation? Like, it doesn't matter how nice you are, that's super uncomfortable for anybody. About me, my credit score starts with an 8, so swipe left if you want at least an 8. This high value man knows his way around Home Depot. If you play your cards right, your TV won't be the only thing I mount to your wall. Wow, okay. Like, relax, dude, okay? Anytime anybody calls themselves a high value male, it's super off-putting. Like when somebody says that they're so nice, I feel like it immediately makes you skeptical. Like, why do you feel like you need to tell me that you're nice, you know? Why do you feel like you need to tell me that you're a high value male? Let's just be friends. I guess hanging out meant nothing to you. I've been nothing but nice and you just ignore me. Again, well, whatever, don't message me then. Because obviously I was just a second option to you, because if I meant anything to you, you'd take the 2 seconds to reply. Thanks. True colors. View it now. Haha. Joke. Bro, you're insane. Don't message my friends. The reason I stopped replying was because you're so obsessive. Like, we could have been fine if you respected my time and space, but Jesus Christ, you need to stop. I didn't even message you for 2 days. All I said was I missed you. That's it. You didn't respond. What was I supposed to think? You ghosted me hard? I didn't obsess at all. Don't kid yourself. I can't even believe you're saying that I'm obsessed over you. Like, are you kidding me? I gave you space for 2 days and you wouldn't reply after saying that you had a great time with me. Just another great opportunity ruined. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean the things I said. I was upset. You're a good woman and I'll leave you alone. I hope you find what you've been looking for. You deserve it. It hurts that you think I was obsessive. Like, how am I supposed to act with someone I like? Like, God, I wanted to see you again. Okay, well, sorry. You don't have to be sorry. I freaked out. Story of my life. Anything good I destroy, and anything fragile I break. If I could rewind back to last night, I would in a second. That's good. Miss you. Definitely looking forward to Saturday, but I understand if you've made other plans. Is everything okay? If you aren't feeling it, you can just tell me. I'm a big boy. That's all I said. I wasn't obsessive. This really hurts. Talk to me. I'm so sorry. I'll go. I don't want to keep messaging you, and I know that's what's going to happen. I want another chance that I'll never get, so I'm just going to block you because I know you would have re-blocked me, but Facebook won't let you. It's because I'm just going to try and keep getting your attention. Please don't shut me out. I never intended for this to happen, and I really hope you text me back. I just don't want to keep bothering you. Please think about how great it was when you came over. I'm sorry I was obsessive. Maybe it was too early to be saying I miss you and asking you when we would see each other again, and I had no right to act the way I did and message your best friend complaining. I'd do anything to spend another day with you, just being us, but I understand I messed up beyond forgiveness. But if you could find it in your heart to see past that, I'd love to put that lovely smile back on your face. Anyway, I've been thinking about you and you're a very good person, and I hope the time we spent together did mean something to you. Please see past my dumb behavior. Don't unblock me, you prude, and you should do something about that mustache. Wow. Like, yeah, okay, you're frustrated, but you don't need to insult them. When I was reading this, I was like, you know what? I don't know how this is gonna end. I sort of feel bad. And they end it by insulting them. Like, yeah, that's not gonna help, okay? Milady, tips Fedora. Oh no, my bra fell off. I love that so much. But yeah, in reality, it doesn't really work like this, and calling women milady doesn't usually have this effect. What's some examples of your ideal first meet together or date? And would you like to with me? And I am so-and-so. Normally just grab a bite and a drink or two. Something with an outdoor patio is nice. Bonus if there's a fire pit, so we can stay warm enough to hang out a bit and chat. But I'm open for anything public, really. I'm down to sit down and talk if we first walk around and talk. Otherwise I feel so awkward. I'm not a player or a sweet talker or a good talker. It's always those those players and stuff who are really good at making a girl laugh and smile on the first day because that's what they do best. And the rest of us actual real sincere nice guys aren't really great at that because we're not actors. So it's hard for us to find anyone because we suck at manufacturing chemistry like all of the players, and that's why girls get so sick of guys, because only the players get their heart on the first date. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but I'm a grown-ass Wow, that's such a good response. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but I'm a grown-ass woman, and that's why women say it's hard to believe a sweet, cute guy like me is single. I'd love a grown-ass woman. Wow, that was a lot to process. Like, yeah, you know, nice, beautiful, incredible, amazing nice guys like myself. Like, you can feel resentment in this towards these player type of guys, but that response was so good. Like, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but you need to realize that I'm a grown-ass woman when you open the door for a girl, but she doesn't give you oral diddly. That is not the law of equivalent exchange. Something is awfully unbalanced in the universe. This can't be right. I did one simple nice gesture and you didn't even reward me for it. What's the point of even being nice to you females if I don't even get something in return? Like, the scary part is there are so many people that have this attitude. Like, if you do something nice, you shouldn't do it because you're a nice person. You do it because you have expectations and you do it because you want something in return or expect something in return or feel like you're entitled to something because you do something nice. And yeah, that in itself is not nice. Just kidding. Let's know each other first. I just found today in map here that we are friends here. Why do I have messages from you in 2018? Yeah, and now I just saw this. Ha ha ha. Maybe we've been friends on Instagram. Yeah. Is this your name? Yeah. Really? What a memory I have. Yeah. How old are you? So, my full name, 24, and you? Oh wow, I'm 19. Great. That means you were 19 and talking to a 14-year-old girl? That's sus, dude. Maybe I didn't knew that. And now what's the problem? Which one are you here? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I told you that, and I'm none of those. Okay, never mind. Can I see you? Oh, I remember you now. You even asked my friend's numbers to one of your friends. I don't remember you yet. So-and-so, I think. No, I don't remember that. Yeah, let me see you. And I remember you asking me for naked pictures of me in 2018. Have we talked with camera before? When I was 14. If there was problem, even if I don't remember that, can I ask you now that you have grown up? What's the point here? If in another way I would marry you. I don't talk craps with girls. Why would I talk to a guy who, when he was 19, tried to groom a 14-year-old kid? I'm older, but you're still the guy who, again, asked for naked pictures of a 14-year-old. How do you not see how messed up that is? To see that I still effing like you. I'm the effing same. To give thee my trust or my honest. Call it how do you want. People go to jail because of this. Of what? I would have been then in your 14. Exactly. Now the good would thank me if I horizontal mumbo you. Don't you realize that was creepy? Never mind that. I'm talking for now. What in the actual hell, dude? The doctor says, how are you? Not how have you been? Never freaking mind. You're still 14. Bye. And sorry for your time. Oh my god. Yeah, what? What a confusing and unsettling roller coaster that was. And when they were like, don't you see how creepy that was? And they say, never mind that. Like, that's not something that you just brush off, dude. They always be choosing the guys that they hate and then they're alone for life. I'm crying so hard right now. Wait a second, what? Why? Because women are choosing the wrong sorts of guys? But they're not though, dude. Like, yeah, obviously some women are bad judges of character like men are, but you can't act like every single woman is doing the exact same stuff. Like, do you realize how big the world is? And if you have the attitude where you feel like there's no chance you'll ever be with anybody, then you're getting in your own way because there are so many people out there. Like, of course there's somebody for you. Women are hilarious. They reject men who are gonna make them wives for guys that made them single mothers and then complain that they can't get a good guy. Sad truth about most women is that they don't want someone that truly loves them. They want someone that manipulates them. Oh, how dare you, dude? Imagine saying that and believing it. Like, oh yeah, women just want to be manipulated. How do you even say that with a straight face? Like, you're telling me you say stuff like this and you're not joking? Shout out to the boyfriends who love their girlfriends unconditionally while she's still learning to love herself. Y'all are appreciated and rare. Oh yeah, there'd be so many nice guys in this comment section. And after learning to love herself, she forgets the that you exist and gets cheated soon. If only it doesn't backfire. We still get played though. Shout out to me for having the heart of gold, even though she left me anyway. Yeah, appreciate it until she loves herself again and then she's gone. Oh my god, talk about completely missing the point. Like the fact that they took something that is a positive and turned it into a negative and made it about themselves immediately is such a red flag. Like, whoa, this was something that was meant to be happy and positive and uplifting, and you're using it as a way to complain about women. Complains about nice guys not getting a chance, uses terms like Chad and Tyrone, creeps people out but still says, I was just being nice, has high standards but still complains about women choosing told Chads and having unmatchable standards. Yeah, 1000%. And also add anger and resentment to this, and a lot of the time straight up being insulting. Like, oh, I know I just called you an awful biatch, but why don't you like me? Is it because I'm a nice guy? Even though I haven't shown even once that I'm a nice guy. So-and-so is feeling confused. So I have a friend who just got out of a relationship. I told her that she's beautiful and will easily find someone. Now she refuses to hang out because it's awkward, since I said she was beautiful. How the hell does that make any sense? Yeah, don't forget you also said that you'd have the horizontal mumbo with me if you had a chance. So yeah, it is awkward now. Oh my god. And you're confused about this? Like, how does that even make any sense? Like, yeah, I said that given the chance I'd definitely sleep with you. I don't see how that makes anything awkward. Like, of course it does. Excuse me, what the hell? I'll have you know I'm the most respectable gentleman that would treat you so right, like a queen, because I truly am a nice guy. You effing blank. Oh, what? Yeah, I'd like to imagine that they're joking, but that's not funny. That's awful. And yeah, I feel like it goes without saying that truly nice people are not gonna say this. That's not nice. Not even close to it. On a face rating subreddit, yep, she's approached all the time. Ask her how often she's rejected the non-Chad or Tyrones. Possible in the hundreds or thousands in rejections. As they get older now and they need a nice guy. Thanks, but I'd like to keep my money and assets. And what, you're looking at a photo of somebody's face and you're making up this fantasy about them? No way, that's awful. Yeah, based. Not understanding. Please elaborate. You're basically speaking the truth that nobody wants to say out loud. How? You're making stuff up. You're staying true to yourself no matter what other people think. Your comment about her not being approached by the Chads and Tyrones is 100% accurate. She comes off as almost like a victim, says nobody approaches her, but I'm sure all the guys that do approach her, she wants nothing to do with because they're probably all sub-5s. The fact that you're frustrated enough to come to this conclusion off a random photo of a person's face is so awful. Like, imagine seeing one glimpse of somebody that you don't even know and being like, oh yeah, I bet you reject nice guys every single day. Like, you don't even know this person, and it's not nice to say stuff like this about somebody, especially if you don't even know them. Just making stuff up that feeds into their anger and resentment. Yeah, no thanks. Do you realize how actually illogical that is? You're going to fall asleep, so you didn't want me to think you were ignoring me? Do you see what I mean when I say women are genuinely just dumb and indecisive? Oh my god. I literally am the sweetest guy. We just started this and it's already awful. Up until someone does something that bugs the hell out of me. And that's one of the things that I seriously find so annoying and sketchy. You know what is sketchy, dude? When somebody genuinely thinks that women are dumb and indecisive. There was no reason to do that. If you did that now after just knowing each other, I can only imagine if you ever had something to hide or just any other reason. That freaking irks me, and I'll 100% not feel the same. Simply how I am. You do stupid crap, you get a less sweet version of me every single time. Have a good night. So you're only nice to somebody if they're nice to you? It was just brainless and a very shady move. I've seen everything you can think of by a woman. I don't mean to sound like an a-hole, but I've been with and talked to more women than you'd ever believe. And over the phone stuff, Jesus, maybe 10,000? No idea, an unreal amount of women. I know how they work and how they do things. Every move has a purpose and they all have similar traits. It gets old. I spot stuff that you didn't even know that you do. I'm too smart for the little stuff. I catch it all. There's categories of women and I know how things play out every time with certain types. I've picked up a few things already from you. The more I talk to you, if I do, the more I'll find out and will just see how things go. But that, even as insignificant as it may be in your eyes, it's still a thing. And it's not a good thing in any universe, lol. Crap shady. Bro, all of this is shady. But it's cool. I'm not mad. Just know it changes things for sure. How I see you and the version of me that you get. You could definitely get my genuine full self back. But like I said, I'm extremely picky of who I let in. And I spot BS a mile away. So if you, for any reason, try and lie or be sneaky, just don't. It will never get by. Maybe a few hours or a day or a week even, but it will always be found out eventually. Just an FYI. The title says this was a few years back. For context, this was the first time we'd ever spoken, and I'd turned off my read receipts. This was the first time they've talked to you? No. That makes it so much worse. And it was already awful. The audacity. And they even said that they think that women are genuinely just dumb and indecisive. And the very next sentence, I'm literally the sweetest guy until someone does something that bugs the hell out of me. Boys describing their type. Girls when men treat them as human beings. Y'all get bored when guys treat you nice. 30,000 likes. You're the ones who have unrealistic standards. What do you mean? Just even the way that they write these comments, it's like you're enemies or something. Like there's so much resentment and anger and frustration in the comments. Like, do you just hate women or what? Yeah, but women will cheat on the guy that treats her like a princess because she was bored of living a life that wasn't full of constant shouting matches and toxicity. Yeah, but even if there is somebody like this, you can't then assume that everybody else is the same. I'm pretty sure I gave her all my attention and I treated her like a princess, checking up on her like every 30 minutes or so, and she still ghosted me. How is checking up on somebody every 30 minutes or so treating someone like a princess? That does not mean that you treated somebody well just because you kept messaging them a lot. That can be a really bad sign and super off-putting. And like here they say, I treated her like a princess, checking up on her every 30 minutes. Now imagine that from their perspective. From their perspective, they have this person that won't leave them alone, and they're pestering them every 30 minutes with another message and another message and another message. Like, in what universe is that good or healthy or nice? Someone should write a book on how to talk to women, and it's one single page and all it says is talk to them like they're human beings, because that's what they are. A guy tried to take my phone and use it to text my then boyfriend that we were over. When confronted, Nice Guy said that my boyfriend didn't treat me right, or else we wouldn't be doing long distance. This was during college and he was 1.5 hours away by train. When I obviously got mad, he called me a biatch, a you-know-what, and an idiot for not realizing what I had in front of me. What? What, somebody that's super insulting? Yeah, that's not a good thing. Cue 3 days of emo angsty Facebook statuses with me tagged in them. I blocked him. Imagine posting passive-aggressive statuses about somebody and having the audacity to tag them. That's unbelievable. He cried about why we weren't friends anymore. I asked him to give me some time and we could try again. 1.5 days later, a you-know-what picture. When I didn't respond to that, he sent me a long handwritten letter about how perfect my body is and how he would treat me like a princess, especially in bed. What a way to start an episode. Oh my god. And the fact that they were acting like this and they had no idea that they were doing anything wrong, and to call them an idiot for not realizing what they had in front of them, that's hilarious in such a bad sort of way. How can you be so unaware of your own behavior? It's like they brainwash themselves into thinking that they are nice while doing anything that isn't nice. Everyone thought he was super nice. I did too at first. Turns out that he had kinks and anger issues that I wasn't into. He made a key to my house that I didn't know about. Screamed anytime I talked to my guy friends. Let himself in one day and kicked in my bathroom door while I was using it. Jesus. And went through all of my messages. He didn't find anything because there was nothing to find. I told him over and over again that we're not in a relationship, and he just told me, in my head we are. What? I can't believe these. I found a BuzzFeed article, by the way, guys. That's where all of these are coming from, but I'm assuming it was originally like an Ask Reddit post or something. doing. These are intense. They kicked in your bathroom door. Oh, and he also screamed at me, I am so-and-so. I am love. I quite literally moved across states to be close to my family because he wouldn't stop stalking me, but he's a nice guy. Just ask him or his friends and family. Yeah, I don't understand how you can do stuff like this and not be like, oh, you know what? I probably shouldn't have done that, or that probably wasn't a super nice thing to do. It has to be like an attitude where you think you can't ever do anything wrong. Whatever it is, it's so bad. This guy messaged me on OkCupid. He was 62 and I was 20, and he was a dozen years older than my parents. I said thanks, but no thanks. I was uncomfortable with that much of an age difference. Good luck out there. He flipped. Non-stop messages vacillating between how I'd regret this, wheedling compliments and apologies, and calling me a you-know-what, an S-word, a blue baller, etc. Literally dozens upon dozens of messages a day. He was a lawyer. He had ways of making me regret this. I would never do as good as him. No other man would treat me so well, and I was a you-know-what if I said no. On and on. This was many years ago, and at the time you could report someone for harassment on OkCupid, but it didn't stop that person from messaging you, calling somebody an S-word, and then saying that you're not going to find somebody better. Yeah, those two sentences don't really make sense together, you know? You could chuck something in the air and it'd land on somebody who wouldn't call you an S-word. Like, of course they can find somebody better, and I'm pretty sure they know that. Revolting. I met him at a party, gave him a ride home, and after belting out "Don't Stop Believing" together, he asked me for my number. We went on one date and texted for a week. Then Saturday morning I woke up to 50 plus text messages that started with asking me what I was doing, sleeping because I worked in the morning, and went all the way up to I should just end myself since nobody wants to talk to me. Wait a second, I think we've read this. I might as well finish it. I told him that was unacceptable, as I'd already told him I worked Saturday morning. But even if I hadn't, there's no reason to text me over 50 times. If I'm not answering, I'm not answering. He whined about being so nice and how good he was to me and blah blah blah. Thankfully, when my friends asked me why I was ignoring such a nice guy, showing them the messages was enough for them to drop it. Yeah, that was all for the first time we read it, and it still is. Like, yeah, they weren't actually that nice. Quite the opposite, really. I had a Korean pen pal for a few months who seemed pretty nice. We talked online and on the phone a couple of times. I'd lived in Korea for a while before then, and I'd come back to the US, and there were some cheap little snacks I said I really missed and that I couldn't find because I lived out in the middle of nowhere. He offered to send me some, and he seemed nice, so I gave him my address to mail them to me. Oh no. Well, big mistake. He didn't end up mailing the snacks. He decided he was gonna surprise me by flying his ass down to the US and coming to my apartment. What? To my horror, documenting the entire trip and sending it to me. Fortunately, it was gated, and he was too stupid to think of sneaking through the gate behind someone, but he kept sending me pictures of him outside the complex patrolling the perimeter and asking me to come out and see him so that he could take me on a date. He was outraged that I wouldn't come out to see him after he'd been so nice to fly out there and try to entice me with gifts that he bought. He was under the impression that this gesture was romantic. His "I'm outside your apartment" selfies turned into post-cry selfies and "why don't you want to be with me?" and so on and so forth. And no, this dude and I never talked or even joked about the possibility of a relationship prior to him showing up. I tried to explain why it wasn't appropriate for a 50-year-old dude to fly to another country and stalk a 20-something's apartment, but he didn't get it. He said it wasn't stalking because we're friends and I gave him my address, so he assumed that he was free to come over. What, without even asking? No, dude. This continued for about 10 days until he had to go back to Korea, and then he mailed me a ring with his and my name engraved on it. That is so terrifying, and they think they're being romantic? No, that's creepy and horrifying. You don't ever want somebody just showing up at your house. Imagine flying to somebody that you don't even really know, that's in a different country, and showing up at their place without even asking because you assume that it's romantic. I met a guy on OkCupid in 2020, a nerdy bodybuilder type who was an elementary school guidance counselor. Sounds great, right? You'd think so, but no. We had 2 virtual Zoom dates. On the second one, he told me he could see himself raising a family with me. On the second Zoom call, yeah, relax, buddy. We hadn't even discussed what kind of relationship each of us were looking for, so it was completely out of left field. He also would not stop mentioning that he could bench press me. I agreed to a 3rd Zoom date, but after thinking about it, I broke it off right at the beginning of the call, or tried to at least. He then spent spent the next 30 minutes sobbing about how no one wants to date him, how his older brother has a family already and how he wants to have kids too, so they can all play together. Then he broke down even more and told me that he'd been sexually assaulted at a party a year ago. I told him that I was sorry to hear that, but if he wants to talk about it, he should probably connect with his friends or get therapy. He then insisted that I was lying about wanting to break it off, otherwise why would I stay on the call and listen to him vent for this long? He said, "You just want me to make you change your mind? No other guy is going to be as nice to you as I would." When I tried to tell him how gross and manipulative he was being, he hung up. To this day, one of my worst nice guy experiences. And to have the audacity to say no other guy is ever going to be as nice to you as I would. Like, relax, dude. And if you've pretty much only spoken to somebody twice and it's over a Zoom call, yeah, probably don't tell them how much you want to have children with them. That's a bit of a no-brainer, isn't it? New uni, new city. I met some people from my field of study who introduced me to more people from other fields. That's how I met Nice Guy. Cool dude at first, we shared some similar tastes. A month later, he made me visit the city. We went to a nightclub with a group of friends celebrating the beginning of the year, and he tried to flirt with me. I rejected him clearly, but nicely. After that, he began acting like a douchebag. When I finally asked him what was wrong, he yelled at me, saying things like, "I'm a kind dude, and since I've known you, you've treated me like I was nothing." I explained to him that I'm sorry that treating him the way I treated every friend in the group made him feel that way, but that I wasn't responsible for how he felt, especially when I actually quite liked him and had good times with him. After arguing over the fact that I'm a heartless biatch and whatnot, he then told me that in short, I shouldn't have rejected him that night because I owed him since he made me visit the city. Hell no, dude. In short, apparently when someone helps you, it owes you a free ticket for sexual favors. He was nothing but nice and thoughtful, and I should have given him a chance. And for not being interested in him, I was nothing but a C-word who doesn't understand the chance that she had, because he could have drugged and you-know-whatted me when we were alone, but he didn't since he's so nice and so charming. No. That's horrifying. And as soon as they said that bit where they thought they owed them the horizontal mumbo or sexual favors, that's the biggest red flag ever. Bro, just because you do something like this doesn't mean that anybody ever owes you anything sexual, and that alone is a revolting attitude. And it only got worse. An acquaintance of mine decided I was someone that he wanted, and he kept calling me before the days of text messages and propositioning me even though I was married at the time. He knew this. Eventually, I told him that I would not speak with him anymore if he brought up horizontal mumbo again, and he promised to just keep it friendly. A couple more calls later and he did it again, and I hung up on him. He called one last time and I didn't pick up, and he left me a message that said, "I can see that I've finally gotten through to you and you're ready for me." Clueless much? And yeah, what, you're just meant to forget that you're married or something? Unbelievable. I went out on a first date and I wasn't feeling it. I offered to pay the tab, but he wouldn't let me. We parted ways. You'd think that would be the end, right? I know. He texted me later telling me how I hurt him by accepting his kindness, the dinner that he paid for even though he didn't have to, and just sending him home alone. He was in the mood and said, "Why don't you come over and work off that dinner? Wink, wink." I responded by telling him to lose my number. He responded by calling me a money-hungry you-know-what. I responded by sending my half of the dinner that we shared to him via PayPal. Yeah, so you even offered to pay in the first place, and they said no just to end up saying stuff like this. Like, were you there, bro? They offered to pay? You can't get upset about stuff like that after the fact and after they already said that they would pay, but you told them not to. But no, trying to guilt trip them into feeling bad so that they'd come over and sleep with them. It went from bad to worse. My parents had friends who had a son considerably older than me, as in like 13 years older. However, when I reached puberty, he took a liking to me. My mother loved his family and thought he was so handsome, so she always tried to make us hang out in hopes that it would kindle something. Mind you, I was 16 when he was 29. What? My mum saw nothing wrong with this. Anyhow, nothing ever happened and I got a boyfriend until I was 23, at which time we broke up. This is when Mr. Nice Guy swooped in, showing up at my house with flowers and gifts unannounced. I never even gave him my address. He asked my mum. Wow, that would be such an awful feeling if your mum liked somebody that you're really not interested in. And also, they should not be okay with this. 16 and 29? Ew. Gross. Then he would notice I posted I had a cold on Facebook and he'd show up with cold medicine and soup, which would be nice if I had any interest in him, but I didn't. He would look where I checked into on Facebook Facebook and coincidentally just to be there. Oh no, this is so creepy. I feel bad being like, dude, stop. Because my mum invited him to every family function and I didn't want to make things weird. Yeah, but surely you told your mum to stop doing this. It's so awful that your mum didn't realize how wrong this is. It hit the peak when he got a job where I work just to be closer to me, and he told everyone that we were dating. Spoiler alert, we weren't. I flipped out on him and I told him he was creepy and that after all of these years, he never took the hint from me never answering his calls or messages or taking him up on his relentless attempts to take me out to dinner. I quit my job and I moved and I blocked him on everything and had a firm conversation with my mum about keeping him away from me. She was upset and made excuses for him, but ultimately obliged. Years later, I'm now married with a baby and he still relentlessly pursues me if he sees me in public. That's disgusting. Wow, that one was intense and it just kept getting more intense. I had a guy ask me to hang as a friend, just me and him. First red flag, he said, "You met my kids, you have to date me." What? Oh my god, these are ridiculous. Second red flag was bashing their mum to them for over an hour, calling her names for cheating. Cheating is wrong, but not something you talk about to the kids that you share. And third red flag, telling the daughter she was the favorite in front of the son. Just as I was about to mention after the kids went to bed that I wanted to leave, he went on an hour rant about how I needed to take my makeup off. I had to pretend to be calm. He deliberately was stalling and blocking the door. I peeled out of there. I left something over there and I had to swing by, but I refused to go in. I eventually had to tell him why I'd never hang out with him again. He quote unquote didn't realize how bad he came off. I went on a first date with a guy, casual date for a coffee. It wasn't terrible, but it was obvious that we didn't really click that well. He did the typical nice guy stuff during the date where he talked about how he was different from other guys, knew how to treat a woman, and some talking down on gym bros, etc. I ended the date pretty fast as I wasn't really feeling it, and had just gotten off a midnight shift, so it was past my bedtime. He insisted on walking me to my car and opening the door for me. Fine, whatever. Then he hugged me, and when we went to break apart, he tried kissing me. I turned my face and he immediately got agitated, blocked me from entering my car and said, "What? No kiss?" I'm a pretty easygoing and tolerant person, but that was the first time something like that had ever happened, and I immediately felt a slight bit of fear as the guy was blocking my car and he was about 6'4", so much larger than me. I immediately put on my super serious face and said, "No, sorry, I really need to be getting home now." And luckily he moved. Took a bit of a break from dating after that. Yeah, that's so awkward. Why would they think you were gonna kiss them? And also, when they turned away when they tried to kiss them, for them then to say, "Oh, what, no kiss?" Like, that's a pretty wild reaction to this, and not something that's gonna make the situation any better. I worked at a well-known game shop in my local mall. Sold things like board games and puzzles and card games like Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh, etc. Anyways, I was working behind the counter when a couple of guys walked in. One of them had a list of specific Magic cards that he wanted for his deck. I pulled up each card on the computer, found it through the copious amounts of binders, and set them aside for him to pay for them. The whole time I was being friendly and making small talk, like someone in my position is supposed to do, especially when my boss was next to me. He paid me, thanked me, and then left. Yeah, so what's the bet that because they were being polite to them, they thought they were interested in them? The next day I came in for my shift early, so I waited and I sat outside the store on a bench. Then came Mr. Nice Guy. He saw me sitting alone and came over to talk to me. I'm not a very talkative person unless I have to be, so I was already pretty annoyed that he was talking to me outside of work. He did the small talk and then went straight to asking me for my number. I politely declined, saying that I didn't give my number out to people I didn't know. And then he did the classic, "Oh, then my name is so-and-so. What's yours?" I said my name is Miss Knox. He held out his hand for a handshake. I shook his hand, but when I pulled away, he, how do I put this, lingered on my hand too long. Like I pulled away and his fingers glided across the back of my hand. We're not strangers anymore. Yeah, no, sorry buddy, I still don't know you. I'm not giving you my number. He then got that butt hurt sort of look. So you have a boyfriend, huh? Yup. Well, you should have just told me that. And then he got super pissy and then went into the store. Like, oh my god, how dare you politely reject me? This is not okay. Every single person ever must be interested in me, and I am not allowed to be rejected. I feel like if somebody does get rejected and they're not immediately like, oh, okay, no worries, and they get angry and upset about it, I feel like that's straight away not a good sign. Like, they don't have to be interested in you. Of course, a guy had an honest to God tantrum that I wouldn't let him sleep over at my place. On a second date, we just met and had only kissed and said second date was on a Tuesday, and then blaming my overwhelming Catholic guilt for why I was denying him? Yeesh. Yeah, well, turns out it's not the overwhelming Catholic guilt. Who would have thought? Went on a date with this guy. He told me he was madly in love with me within half an hour of the first date. When I was getting my train home, he tried to follow me on it. He told me basically his whole life story, so I know that he didn't live near any of my stops, and wouldn't stop texting me asking for a second date, even when I made it very clear that I wasn't interested. Whoa. So because you gave them some attention, I suppose, they're immediately saying after half an hour that they're in love with you? Yeah, that's not totally concerning. A random guy held my crutches for me as I walked down some stairs at uni. He seemed nice and joked about how he once broke a foot. It'll get better, etc, etc. We get to the bottom and he asked me if we could get some coffee. I thank him, but I tell him I'm seeing someone, so he just drops my crutches on the floor and walks away. Seriously. They're like, well, I'm not going to be nice to you anymore. Goodbye. Yeah, that's a concerning reaction to this. Like, yeah, they should have been like, oh, okay. Instead of getting upset. Like, did they have to tell you not to even look in their direction because they're seeing someone? Or are you still gonna get upset? I was dating this guy, really nice, and we moved in together. Awesome. He expects me to cook all of the food, buy all of the groceries, take care of all the bills, and do all of the housework. He occasionally takes a break from his busy schedule of drinking beer and watching sports to tell me that I need to go to the gym or stop eating. I wear a size 2. He also criticizes my housekeeping abilities and constantly tells me how poorly my parents raised me. Oh, get out of here, dude. I'm a successful woman with a master's degree. He barely graduated high school and has never had anything besides an entry-level job. The kicker, he told me that he was just being nice and trying to help me because he cared so much about self-improvement. Needless to say, we're no longer together. Man, why do girls like toxic stuff? I want to be a nice guy. Then be a nice guy then. Nice guys don't get laid. If you're only being nice to get laid, you're not a nice guy. Yeah, 1000%, which would mean that nice guys do in fact get laid. Because chances are, if you're saying stuff like this, you're probably not a nice guy. Manipulating somebody into sleeping with you by pretending to be nice is not nice. Don't worry, I'm not like other guys. I'm nice. What? You don't want to sleep with me, you stupid biatch? Go and unalive yourself, you ungrateful biatch. Yeah, like everything's all fine and dandy until they get rejected, and then the demons come out to play. No, but for real, being a nice person isn't a tactic to get something in return. Like if you're just pretending to be nice to get something out of somebody, yeah, that's not nice. Okay, some background for the next one. For some background, he'd been begging me to be in a relationship with him. When I said no, he called me in the middle of the night to tell me I was a worthless you-know-what for seeing another guy. Me and the guy in the picture were never even together, and we haven't hung out in almost a year, 2 hours away, and then these text messages happened. The day after, he called me again, and when I didn't answer, told me he'd find out who this man was that I was apparently seeing. So, we can never make plans, I assume. Shall I block your number and force your memory out like every other girl I've cared about that's making a mistake? You just got done calling me a you-know-what. Why would I want to make plans with you? You're upset because I'm getting with someone that isn't you. I'm upset that you're making stupid, impulsive decisions after getting your heart broken. I have to be freaking mean. How else will I engrave it in you? You're not my father. I can do whatever I want. Cool, do it. It's just gonna be another regret. I didn't mean half the things I said. I just had to scare you because what you're doing isn't smart and it won't work out. But good luck. I wish I could have watched a movie with you one last time. My only regret is his ex-girlfriend. I could have been happy with you months ago, but that woman makes my heart a mess, so good luck. He's sleeping with other biatches for sure, but you don't care, haha, duh. I just wish I could have cuddled with you one last time. Good night and goodbye, I guess. I'll block this number, but you can reach me on Snapchat for emergencies. Right, that's your account on Snapchat? At least that isn't what I meant at all. I'm good at making sentences that make sense in my head, but they don't work out. You calling me a you-know-what doesn't come out good in any sentence sentence. Well, dude, you got guys lined up for one night stands, lol. That's worse than so-and-so. Like, why do you even care? You didn't have any future plans with me before I said that. So yeah, I was upset and I lost my temper, but I'm sorry because that isn't supposed to happen with me anymore. I'm just a one out of the thousands of guys you'll meet in your life. Why are you giving a damn about my opinion when you didn't want anything to do with me to begin with? You're not making the situation any better, LMAO. I'm not having one night stands. The person I'm seeing I've been seeing for weeks. Why do you care what I do? Because you lied to me and I wanted to be that guy. I've never lied to you. I told you what I'm doing. I told you we weren't gonna work out. You lied when you said that you were focusing on your life and getting a car and apartment. That was your excuse, but I'm doing that. I can also sleep with people in the meantime. It's my life. That's clearly not an issue if you can date a guy living 2 hours away. Sorry for giving my honest opinion. Sorry for caring. I'm not dating him. Peace. Happiness in this world is always right in front of you. Sometimes it just takes a second pair of eyes to see it. So that's it. I'll never see you again. Just answer honestly. I need truth. I've had too many girls using me and lying to me. You're really gonna leave me in the dust? I thought we were closer. When I guarantee that I have way more in common with you than that, man. I know you better. I live way closer. It's like, for real? This is gonna happen to me again? Those dudes cheat on you guys. Like, I don't know why you trust them. I just want what's best for you. Oh, it's none of my business. Yeah, sure. But I'll make it my business. I can find out who this man is. Wow, so they don't even know who this guy is? And they're already assuming that they're a bad person? Why? That's not very nice. Well, if he's not me, then he has to be an a-hole. No. But that's not the point. It was like I never had an opportunity to prove myself to you. And all of a sudden, it's one guy to the next. I guess that's how girls do it. So-and-so and so-and-so all did the same thing. You probably had him lined up before leaving your ex. But hey, who am I besides a man that actually cares about you? Do you understand how psychotic you sound? Find out who this man is. I'm not dating him. It's none of your business what I do. Make it your business. Go ahead. If you ever threaten me again, I promise I'll make your life hell, so please try me. It was an empty threat. Relax. I was upset. I'm sorry. Let's just block each other and go. Literally leave me alone. Don't call me. Don't text me. I'm good on you, bro. Okay. See, at least I made it easy for you to drop me. You don't feel guilty or anything. That's what I wanted. I don't care what you wanted. Nah, it's fine. I was overreacting for a second. What you did was not overreacting. Well, I'm talking about just now. I don't care. Don't hit me up anymore. If you call me tonight, you're not gonna like what happens. I won't hit you up, but you can't just drop a bomb like that and not tell me what it would have been. Now I'm interested. Leave me alone. Wow, okay, yeah, that was a lot to read. And oh yeah, nothing says you care like calling somebody names and being super rude. Far out. I promise I'm a nice, sweet guy and like you, haha. I just low-key thought I was getting ghosted when I left you on red, which is why I sent the passive-aggressive hit me up if you want. If not, then blah blah message. But I wasn't going to remove you for good. I was really just saying why my Snapchat was messed up and it's still messed up. Okay, so before we move on, why are there full stops in there randomly? Like, come on, I already struggle enough reading stuff. I don't need it to be confusing. Yeah, I think you're a little too codependent for me. Raising some red flags, haha. Lol, codependent how? I'm driving, so I'll have to read that later. I'm not codependent, but okay. You don't even know me, bro. I work 50 hours a week and I still manage to talk to people and try to talk to get to know you. I'ma just remove myself because calling me a codependent when you don't even know me ain't it. I am very much independent, making money and making music, paying all my bills. The only setback I have is I've moved back in with my parents because I was in an abusive ass relationship with my ex and I don't trust people easily, but thank you so much for sharing your light on who you think I am because you don't even know, and you aren't going to get that chance because full stop, I'm not going to justify myself to somebody full stop who don't know me, and nor will I be told full stop that I've got red flags full stop from somebody who hasn't even tried to put an effort of getting to know me other than you hitting me up on Surge based off one photo. Take care, boo, and truly I hope you find what you're looking for. I for one am not going to entertain what I thought was going to be a good conversation with someone who apparently has a judgmental personality. Despite how cute you are, I'm not going to be about it. So again, I'm going to see myself out of this situation and you do you, boo. I'm going to remove you now, so I don't even bother responding. It's guys guys like you that give me a bad taste. Toodles, boo. I'll save these for you so you can read them once I remove you. Laughing my ass off. This is all stemming from me leaving you on open for 4 minutes because I was pumping gas. I hope you like Reddit. You're gonna be on it. Later, boo. Oh, F off. Grow up and act like an adult. You trash. Sorry that you got called out and can't handle it. Also, best believe I'ma serve your ass for defamation. You freak. Bye, ugly. We both know I'm hot, but okay. Sorry that you're a desperate, clingy mess. Might want to figure your stuff out before you put yourself back out there. All I said was that I was busy and you cried about it. Go ahead and serve me for defamation. See how that goes? Also, if somebody isn't responding to you, it might just be because you aren't very entertaining. Right, okay. So they thought they were getting ghosted, so they left a passive-aggressive message. Right, okay. Yeah, can't be getting upset about stuff like this. You didn't respond to me? How dare you? And I talked to other girls. I'm actually trying with you and you rejected me. It was rude. You hung up. So F you, you rude biatch. Go find someone as dumb as you. Try closer to your age. You're wasting my freaking time. Go to hell. I'd blank your brains out and take you around the world, but you're making it seem like you don't want me. I do want you. I'd love to come take you for dinner. Do you want that? Love? Please? Please, I'm making up. I'm sorry. I like you. Please, I'm sorry. I want you more than anything. On God, I'll marry you. I don't know why this even STSTTED. You seemed like I said something you didn't like got bored or whatever. You don't want to go throughout California. I don't care. Good luck. I'm sure you'll find financial security, LMAO. That's enough. I get it. I'm not a bad person. I made a mistake. You shouldn't be so judgmental or take it personally. I don't even know you. You're just a 1 out of 100,000 hot girls I have on here. And you were being a rude biatch. Now I'm apologizing even though you don't deserve it. You call apologizing calling somebody a rude biatch? But okay, good luck. Obviously you're so bored you want to message me so you can feel right in some regard. Sad. I hope you can get the right help. Focus on yourself maybe. That's what I do. Wow. What's that? You rejected me? Oh, you're a rude, stupid biatch. And apparently that's what apologizing is. They don't sound very sorry. Quite the opposite, really. Nice guys when they find out that many people who are actually nice are in a relationship. You guys are getting laid? Yeah, and this attitude that every single person that's in a relationship, especially guys, must be some bad, awful a-hole is ridiculous. Like, oh, nice guys, they always finish last. No, not necessarily. There are so many nice guys out there, like genuinely nice guys, that are happily in relationships. And not just that, there are people that are in love with them. Like, maybe that's not what the problem is. Always remember, the attractive a-holes are the ones who actually get the girls. Always have been, always will be. The nice guy thing will get you nowhere. Oh my god, that's such a sad attitude. No, that's BS. People just say that because they'd rather blame women instead of the problems with themselves. Yeah, 100%. I didn't blame anyone. I just said the truth. People just don't like to be faced with it. Yeah, but that isn't the truth. Yeah, like the top comment says, it is quite possible to be attractive and kind. I won't say nice because nice is absolutely worthless in itself. Yeah, 100%. It's not like women just hate good people or something. And if I feel like you genuinely believe that, that's a huge red flag. Like what, you think every woman ever doesn't like a good person or a kind person and they're all just attracted to quote-unquote a-holes? No. When I see multiple posts on a nice guy post, yeah, this is about to get concerning. Some of them more horrifying than others. My 28 female boyfriend, 42 male, brings up the fact that he puts a roof over my head during fights. My boyfriend brings up the fact that he puts a roof over my head during fights, even though I pay him rent. It's only started happening recently and it's seriously pissing me off. He brings up when we were in the beginning of our relationship when I had my apartment with my sister and I'd stay with him off and on for about 6 months. Didn't pay any rent to him then and he didn't really mind back then, but I guess he does now. And how he fought with my dad, they co-owned the house, to keep my rent at $450 instead of increasing it to $650, even though we share his very small bedroom and bed and there's not much space between us. It's cramped and half of my belongings are in the garage to save space. How do I get him to stop bringing this up? Because it's seriously annoying me at this point. Alright, for real, let me take you out to dinner. Ghost me after that if you choose to. Whatever, that crap ain't gonna last. Right, okay, so they're responding to a story on Snapchat, and apparently the second one is New Year's Eve, and they're kissing somebody, and that's what they have to say. Oh, that's so bad. Like, being bitter and angry is not the answer, obviously. On a post about how men beg for horizontal mumbo and then call the girl a hoe, blame yourself, girls. You don't ever accept the good guys that won't do this to you, even if they're attractive. Yeah, say right away, that's not true, dude. What, you think no women out there are choosing guys that are good people? Oh, this is so exhausting. Yeah, the guy probably lost interest in the girl's personality because he saw that she was only playing games, so he gave up on her but wanted to have the horizontal mumbo. I don't think girls can complain because they're the ones that see guys as a utility and nothing more. Oh my god, so many generalizations and blanket statements. Like, stop acting like everybody's the same. Everyone is different. Don't judge women as like a group, because if you do, you're immediately wrong. How to make a girl hate you: respect her, take care of her, fast replies, always available for her, then she'll leave you soon. Wow, okay, yeah, moving on. Majority of women like bad men. The good men are single, left to die alone. Ever heard the saying that nice guys finish last? I never feel bad when women get beat up by their bad boyfriends or husbands. They know what they signed. Oh my god, how dare you? They know what they signed up for. She rejected all the good men to chase the a-hole. So what, you're saying this and you think you're nice? You don't feel bad when women get abused by their bad boyfriends because you think they knew that they were bad people? That's revolting and not nice, okay? Like, the second that we read the good men are single and left to die alone, like, even that is so wrong. Like, what, if you see a couple and they're in love, does it mean that the guy isn't a good person? Because if they were a good person, they'd be single and dying alone? No, okay? Of course not. And yeah, then it just got so much worse, kind of unbelievably worse. Do you have Snapchat? Sorry, I don't give it out to strangers. F you. Oh my god. Dude, I'm a minor. I'm not giving out my Snapchat to randos. I'm trying to stay safe from people like you. Oh, F you. Girls who think everyone is a predator are both wrong and annoying. I'm younger than you, by the way, moron. And I don't care what age you are. I'm protecting myself. I've been involved with, you know what's before. He said he was 17, turned out to be 26. I'm not trusting based on what you say. And also, if you are basing it off what they've said, their first message to you being F you is a pretty huge red flag. After I've told him no thank you for dates and I have a boyfriend of 3 years and I wasn't gonna send nudes, I get this, lol. I just can't believe you. I complimented you for months by swiping up on your story, have offered so many times to take you out to dinner and pay, but all I get is thank you or I have a boyfriend. Yeah, but what do you expect? You seriously disgust me. What, because they're loyal to their partner? Get out of here. What are you talking about? Even if you did have a boyfriend, I would be an upgrade. And it's sad that you can't see that. Pathetic, really. What's the thought process behind this? That doesn't make any sense. If anything, it'd be pathetic if they left their partner of 3 years because some random person on Snapchat said that they should. I go to the gym, I have a 6-figure paying job, and I'm quite attractive, and that's still not enough to even take you on a date or receive any pictures for my efforts. I can't tell if you're blind or ungrateful, maybe both. Oh my god. I don't even find you attractive anymore with how selfish and just rude you are to me after I've been so generous with my compliments and time. Bro, you're not entitled to anything. And they have a boyfriend, like, what do you mean? I hope your current boyfriend treats you like your last ex, since you clearly need some karma in your life to teach you a lesson. Lol, okay. Yeah, what? That's revolting. And yeah, none of this is something that a nice person is gonna say. Like, you want them to break up with their partner of 3 years just because you say so, and thinking that you're entitled to a date from somebody that's in a relationship? What? Nah. I went on one date, I said no to the second date, and I woke up to this. How was your weekend? I gotta say, I'm perfect. I have 6-figure job, I'm tall enough, I'm cute, I went to a great school, I put in effort, and I got to know you. Why are you not interested in pushing this further? Every other girl I talk to has asked me what I am except you. What's the deal with you? Like, I'm well off and I don't ever have to worry about money. I'm sorry, I was raised in a very hard environment, so I just really value how far I've come. And when someone doesn't see me as valuable as I see myself, it throws me off and I need to know why. Oh, dude, that's not good. Bro, there are going to be people you're entire life that don't think you're valuable. And if you can't handle that, that's not good. And also, that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. That just means that you shouldn't expect this. Like, you can't expect everybody to like you, and you can't expect everybody to think you're valuable and all that other stuff, because they're not going to. Like, people are just going to be not interested. And guess what? That's completely fine. Just like this person obviously doesn't care about money because they're not impressed by it. I love reading this subreddit, but it's also so hard sometimes. And yeah, guys, that was really fun, but I feel like that's enough for today. Let's read something infinitely more wholesome. My professor handed back our 3-page film essays. To my surprise, I got a C. You were supposed to write it about the movie, The Emperor of Time. You wrote it on the Emperor's New Groove, but it was kind of good, so I didn't fail you. So yeah, that's how I'm doing. Wow, that's so funny. Yeah, like the top comment says, if you're gonna do something incorrectly, at least do it correctly. Yeah, that's so nice. Congratulations. It was wrong, but also right at the same time. A raccoon introduces his shy and hairless brother to his friends. Oh my god, they're both so cute. Little fellas. I bloody love raccoons. My mum charged my older brother rent for like 2 years, but secretly saved it. And when he was getting ready to buy his house, she gave it all back to him. That woman is a literal saint. Wow, that's so cute. Like, come on, you need to pay me rent. But joke's on you, you're gonna get it back someday. Oh no, my pen leaked right before my interview. This has got to be the worst day of my life. Yeah, let's hire the one in the middle. I like his style. Oh, that's so beautiful. Another Wah Wah Wee Wah comic. I was thinking it's been a little bit too long since we've read one of these. And yeah, as always, that's so good. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time. And if you did, you know what to do. Make sure you like and subscribe, all that fun stuff. And the comment of the day today goes to, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to say this. I'm early today. Gonna watch this one right before going to sleep. Have fun, homies. And I actually saw this comment last night when I posted my episode. And yeah, you were in fact very early. I think this was like within the first 5 minutes of me posting the video. Thank you for being so dedicated. You're too kind. And yeah, guys, thank you for all your support. It means so much to me. Everything is going phenomenal and I can't believe it. Just so happy and so grateful. And also so excited for the future. Our little family is growing every single day. Okay, I'm out of here. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!